Porzingis ain't playing. That's the problem.
Oh, he not?
Mm-mm.
Wrong with him.
Don't get me started on most European players now. Don't get me started.
Like, what is it that Sharife Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all?
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Wild and Odom, did I feel like he's the best Every time I watch the Wild Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. It's the Love of the Game podcast. What's good? We are here for another sucker-free Sunday because, as always, ain't no suckers in our circle, dog. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know what Sundays is all about. And this Sunday is no different, dog. Special guest. We introducing y'all. This really ain't no introduction because, shit, if y'all don't know these guys, man, I don't know what the hell. Like, I don't know what's going on. But we got two guests on the podcast today, dog. Guys that we rock with, and guys that you should rock with. We got what's the official titles, man? Like trainers don't want to be called trainers anymore. Like what's your name? What did Dez tell me to say? He is a player development. He's not a trainer. He's player developer.
Development.
And then Mark told me something else. I don't want to disrespect by the titles, dog. What's the official titles now? Is it player developer? Is it skills trainer? Y'all got guys in the league, so is it NBA skill developer?
To me, whatever you want to call it, man. I'm
like Rob. I'm laid back. I don't get caught up in all this titles and all that stuff.
I feel like the biggest the biggest compliment is gym rat, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest compliment. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
We got two guys that's always absolutely in the gym. Got the homie Rob Allen. We got natural player development. Kelvin McConnell, what's good?
Going on. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Shout out to my Bryce and Lots Way is the only way I know.
Yes, sir. My God.
They're
in South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hooping.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they hooping. Yeah, those my guys, man. But I appreciate y'all having me for real.
Had to put y'all on, man. Lock them coaching right now. Their game should be almost over. I just saw some results from their previous game. Looked like one of their kids went off, Perry Robinson. Hit for 36 or something like that. So but they should be just getting finished with their game and possibly getting on the roll. But man, I wanted to have y'all on, man. Like Rob rocked with us back when we was in the projects, man. So had to bring Rob back on. Rob, it's a little different now, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I hate
trying to upgrade.
I hate with the COVID, man. I love to came to the studio, but
me too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we was on the podcast, on the phone. I think we talked for like 3 hours. I remember a lot said he went and got something to eat and came back. We was talking, so yeah. But yeah,
them old phone podcast days, they would. Dog. People complaining about these little 1.5 hour, 2 hour episodes we doing now. Them used to be 3 hour, 3.5 hour conversations back then, bro.
And you were trying to cut them things up.
Facts. Editing after that. Editing because there was a lot of stuff I had to take out.
I'm about to say, I know Montre had to say something. I already know. I know Montre said something.
Back in those days, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be taken out.
Hey, I think that killing Kennesaw State. on that podcast like this. Shit.
Oh man, I remember that.
That was every episode he was
Hey,
killing.
but look, does that really so at the time? You didn't say it. Say it. Call it what it is.
Hey,
All right, man.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was catching a roast. Every episode they was catching a roast. I'm so happy, bro. Hey, the Convocation Center gonna hit a little different this year, dog.
Sure, yeah, man.
It's gonna hit a little different this year, dog.
Oh, when they get to play with all this going on, for sure. It's gonna be a different environment. Absolutely.
That's facts.
Sure.
Let's get with it, man. And before we jump into topics, man, I want to be able to try to introduce some of you guys, man. I mean, like, you know, most of the basketball people around here already rock with y'all, know who you are, maybe attended one of y'all camps, run camps together. But Kelvin, you got a background. You're a Georgia boy. You know what I'm saying? You got it out the mud right here in Georgia, man. Is Smyrna? Is basketball in Smyrna the same since you left, dog? Like, who's a young killer in Smyrna that's coming through that maybe reminds you of yourself when you was coming through that area?
See,
none.
I wish you would have said Georgia. From Smyrna, it's tough. It's tough just out of Smyrna, but this person's better than me overall. But yeah. I actually found out this might be my cousin, and he's blowing up now, and I'm glad he is. Andrew McConnell from Lanier. So I was actually he's way more athletic than me. He's way better than me off the dribble. But if we're comparing catching and shooting, then yeah, he can fill it up, you know, for sure. And actually, go ahead.
I gotta ask this question. I gotta put you on the spot, dog. Shot for shot right now, because you can still fill it up.
Hey, look.
If it's catching, who wins? You and Andrew McConnell.
Anybody that know me know I ain't never gonna say nobody can beat me in shooting. You might beat me one-on-one. I don't care what, but shooting, nah.
Hey, listen, I'll put 100 on my boy right
now.
There
you go.
Hey, Kelvin, how many you dropped versus Georgia Tech?
I only had like 11 or 12. I had like three threes in the first half. But Spencer went off in the second half. So we just riding this hot hand in the second half. Like, you got it, dog. And we just wanted to get the win. So I didn't really care about that much.
Hey, Dre, that was Kelvin was the downfall of Paul Hewitt.
I had something to do with it. Now look, hey,
Kelvin was on the floor the last time Kennesaw State won a meaningful game.
Damn.
That's true.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is true.
It's changing. It's changing this year.
Yeah.
But the last time
you said that, look,
Kelvin was on the floor.
It's crazy you said it about Paul Hewitt, because obviously as a Georgia guy, you know, guys want to get recruited by Tech and all that. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When we beat them, it felt good. I ain't gonna lie to you, it did. But I'm cool with Paul. Paul, good people, man. I know that didn't help his cause as far as being retained.
What about Shump? Shumper still cool with you?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna cry. And he still won. He went to the league. It was the first round draft pick. He was good. I'm saying at the end of the day, he ain't tripping at all.
And I feel like now, and we've talked a lot about Kennesaw State basketball, you and I, and we've always talked about, man, it's like, oh man, you know, it would get to a certain point. You beat Georgia Tech, then you get on the other side, you go through that valley experience. Right. Like now we feel like, I've said this publicly before, in the middle of everything that was happening last year, losing games, all that stuff that was happening even with last season. I've said this publicly. Kennesaw State has the best coaching staff in the state right now. Love my guy Tad Dollar and Tom Crean. I love them to death. Those are my dudes. I love Coach Crowder and the coaching staff at Georgia State. Those are my dudes. I rock with them. That's not a statement slighting anybody, but if I had to rank the coaching staffs in the state, I'm the coaching staff that I trust the most. To me, the coaching staff that has the greatest chemistry, the coaching staff that had, like, what I've seen them do in recruiting this year, is the best overall top to bottom coaching staff in the state to me. Am I wrong?
Hey, you know I'm biased, but I love them guys at Georgia State too. Coach Kreider, Coach Warren, but
love
I'm
those
biased.
guys, man. Coach Crowder's going to be a great head coach someday.
Absolutely. And Coach Warren, when I played at Kennesaw, he was the head coach at Jacksonville. So I know them very well. Oh my guys, for sure.
Yeah, Jarvis, all of them dudes, man.
Yeah, and I had to defend, coaching them. Go ahead, Rob. My fault. Go ahead.
I mean, I gotta shout my boy out. You gotta sell my Alabama guy on staff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we sell my boys, So
yes, sir.
So I rock with those guys, Tanner and all those guys, man. And, they do what they do, man. I say that.
I'm not one of those people that expected them to come in and turn Kennesaw State around and have them in the NCAA tournament in 2 years. Yeah. I wasn't. To me, I and I said this openly to Amir and the coach staff. Hey, man, this 5 years before anybody figure out that y'all got some brewing over here. Because you're gonna have to really watch and listen to how they're coaching those guys to be able to see what they're trying to put together.
Right. Yeah. Me and Rob was a part of that. We went to a couple of practices and saw what was going on. And to your point, they definitely are in the right direction. They got a right mix of I would say coaches, and they just went through their growing pains last year, and you got to get certain things out of the program, just being transparent. And now you're bringing in these guys that are coming from winning a championship program. And that's one of the biggest things, because there's certain things that the coaches are not going to have to talk to them about that they're already coming to the program with already instilled in them already from their perspective, high school. So I'm excited for sure.
Man, I feel like, you can't gauge the injury bug. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to, but I wish they would have been able to walk into this season with a completely healthy Terrell Burden, with a completely healthy Amani Harris. Like, those guys would have been guys that had experience, that were playing well before their injuries, playing really well before their injuries, to be honest. That would have been able to give them some leadership and things to carry over into the next season. That didn't happen. I mean, I think those guys, by the time they play, may still be healthy enough to play. I don't know. But completely healthy and injury-free would have been something to look forward to. But I still think they got a couple of years to get it going, but I think it's absolutely going to happen out there.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. For sure.
Have y'all been able to watch how this NBA stuff played out? Like, y'all been able to keep up with that?
Yeah, man.
I mean, Huff is crying. He held back. We were doing the show when the draft lottery happened, and Huff held back tears. He was holding back, bro.
I was not crying. I already told you now.
I was worried about my boy.
A trade's going down. We just don't know who it's going to be yet.
He just kept saying Trey over and over again, dog. I felt bad, dog. What is Trey gonna do? I was like, yeah, I don't know. What's he gonna do, Huff?
Yeah, what are you gonna do, coach?
Hey, when we get these vets on this team and we get Clint Capella, like, it's gonna be different. Like, you got to realize now. I mean, here's something I didn't realize, and I don't know if anybody on here. Do you realize that Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, and DeAndre Hunter averaged more than 10 points last year?
Wow,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't either until I looked it up because I was trying to see which one we were gonna trade.
Come on, man. That's how it's getting.
Hey,
that's real though.
You gotta go so you can get them in that pick so you can get a vet, man. Because you ain't trading John Collins. I don't care what nobody say. Man, Dre, you don't believe in my man, but
why not? Hold on. Why you don't like John Collins?
No, I like him. Dre don't believe.
What's about Dre? Dre, why you don't like John Collins?
See, Huff always put words in my mouth. That's not what I said, fam. That's not what I said. Huff said that if the Hawks had John Collins, they would be, number one, he said, in the bubble. And I asked him, would they make the playoffs? And he said, yeah. And I was like, hell no.
They went 4-21 without him.
Yeah, they needed him. They needed him.
I'm not saying they
needed Washington in the bubble. They could have been Orlando.
They would have been better than Washington if they had a healthy team, for sure.
Okay, but they're still not making the playoffs.
Why not? They're not as good as Orlando if John Collins is playing.
I think they're making over Washington. I'm sorry.
Me too. I think so too. With a healthy team, I think they would have made it over Washington.
Over Washington, I can take that.
So they would have.
Bryce is not gonna be happy about it, but I can take it.
I was trying to tell Bryce that anyway. He didn't want to believe me, but
Hey, Bryce put a poll up on Twitter. He didn't believe it.
I forgot about it all day. My bad. I already know it.
Hey, man. If anyone has a bad connection, the YouTube link is working too. Awesome. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Holding it down out there. That's what we need. I had some issues too, man. It could have been something on our platform side, but I think we got it squared away now. Yeah, Huff, I understand Bryce's case because Bryce was making the assumption that it was going to be a fully healthy John Wall and a fully healthy Bradley Beal.
their roster is still trash. Other than those two. Who else y'all naming on that roster?
It's tough. But times, it's tough, man.
You got me, bro.
Jeff Teague is the backup point guard for the Hawks.
That is right.
Them going to get Jeff Teague and Clint Capella. They were positioning themselves for whatever they're going to do this summer, or whatever you want to call it, for next year. To make
Huff, are you mad y'all gave up Schroeder now?
Nah, because Schroeder couldn't handle these Atlanta streets.
Hey, Huff just put that man business in the streets, bro.
In the streets. That man was in trouble in these streets. It was all over the news.
Yeah, man. He couldn't hide it with that card, too. I heard a couple stories myself.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, so where was he at, dog? Huff, what are we saying? He couldn't handle Atlanta streets. Where was he at?
Hey, man, I'm not going to do that, though. He was at TSF. That's what he was. He was at TSF.
He was in the gym at TSF. There you go.
He gave you the politically correct answer.
There you go.
That's what he did. He gave it.
Okay.
Hey, everybody can't handle these Atlanta streets. That's why you have to.
Everybody can.
If somebody from Atlanta gets drafted or traded to Atlanta, can they handle it? Everybody can't handle this now.
Hey, some players don't seem like that they can handle the bubble. It's some guys that's out here struggling. It's some guys struggling in the bubble. Hey, hold on. Hey, peep this.
Kawhi's being a leader. He's like, y'all guys get on my back. Playoff P can't keep getting no passes. And listen, let me tell you something.
What kind of passes are you giving him?
No, because you can't be calling yourself Playoff P and lose all the time.
And that's what they brought him there for.
You don't see me walking around saying, hey, I won the championship and I didn't win it.
They'll call you championship Chuck.
They'll call me Championship Chuck.
Championship Chuck. Championship Chuck.
Hey, CC.
CC?
Yeah, when I walk around here, nobody be saying, hey, CC, what's happening? Never heard that around
Let me see that ring.
Yo.
Hey.
That dude fun.
Hey, look. I've said this for a couple years. I love Paul George as a talent, but see, I'm glad we're having this conversation because to me, and me and Rob is having this conversation too, Madre, I feel like we have too. To me, the term superstar is being thrown out way too much.
Now we talking
way too much, huh? Way too much.
Now we're talking. See, I think, and it's almost like I'm gonna take it even further, Kelvin. I'm gonna take it down to recruiting. Are you recruiting a game changer or a piece?
That's good. That's two different things. You're right.
So like people talk about Joe Johnson is really good.
Yeah.
But Joe Johnson wasn't a superstar.
He's a piece.
And we paid him like that.
He was a star. He was a piece, but he wasn't a superstar.
He was the fourth option on Phoenix before he got to the Hawks.
Paul George is a piece.
I think he's
tough.
Oh,
That's tough.
I want to hear that. Come on, Rob.
That's tough.
He's an all-star. I don't think that wrong with that. I just think all-star. That goal is to make an all-star team. He's not a superstar. No.
Right.
The second piece. Do we actually believe that, no disrespect, that he would have beat Miami by itself. Like, I mean, yeah, they was in some games, but do we think he's the guy that's gonna take us over the top?
I'm gonna keep it even like I know he didn't win, he didn't even get to the conference finals, but is Paul George even better than Dominique Wilkins?
Ooh.
I don't think so. Dominique was a superstar. Regardless of whatever you talk about, he was a superstar.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question? What term is a superstar though? I think we have to lay the criteria for what's a superstar. Cause it's tough. There's some blurred lines on some of that stuff.
Yeah, it is, because I think sometimes we talk about superstar and we start saying, well, they gotta have a ring. Well, just because you don't have a ring don't mean you want a superstar. Charles Barkley was a superstar now.
Yeah, he just ran a better team
in Philly and Phoenix.
He was. I agree. He was.
Was a guy like Mitch Richmond?
No.
No.
Mitch was tough. I'm trying to think who has to be close.
Is Paul George in that Mitch category? Multiple time All-Star. I mean, I wouldn't argue that he's not a Hall of Famer. I think he is. Or no? Are we saying he's not?
I don't know if he's there yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's there yet.
I mean, I think he still got his story to be written right now.
Yeah, agreed.
That's a good question. Is he better than Peak Melo?
Oh boy.
Is Paul George better than Peak Melo?
And no.
Thank you. I'm about to say, bro. I want to hear this one. No, sir.
Hey, let's say that.
No, sir.
It is Paul. I want to think about this. Paul George got Indiana to the Eastern Conference Finals as the best player, right?
Right.
And Melo
He got
New York
to the conference finals one time.
He went,
but they had pieces around him though.
That's what I'm about to say. When Melo had a good point guard, look what happened. A point guard though. Jason had Chauncey Billups in Denver. They got to the conference finals. Right. And they lost to
Kenyon Martin.
Right. They had pieces.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. was on that team.
J.R. before the Hennessy.
Yeah.
This dude, hey, y'all been watching him play though? I've been here cracking up, bro. I swear.
Hey, J.R. been playing my player, dog.
Here's the thing: we're gonna get back to the Melo and PG.
Yeah.
But when I look at J.R. Smith, I see a guy who knows that if LeBron didn't vouch for me, this is my last shot, bro. So I gotta clap up. I gotta do everything. And then I look at Dion Waiters, and that dude just don't even get it, bro. He don't understand that he may not have another chance.
Oh, this it for both of them. For sure.
Dion Waiters has always believed that he's a superstar. Like, you can't tell Dion Waiters that he's not.
Well, he better go believe it overseas, because
he might be over there in China with Lance.
Oh my God! Hey, Huff, what Dion do to you, bro?
I'm just saying, man.
Why you talking about that man like
that? Man, and I see this dude laughing in the middle of the games, not dapping his teammates up. This is your last shot, bro.
Right. That's just that Philly in him, man. He can't get that out of him. What that is.
But if we go back to PG, man, you know what? Now, this is hard to say. I think a lot of times our thoughts of PG are always warped by, man, he came back from that injury.
That's a bad injury. That's very true.
It was a bad injury, but
very true. Very true. You gotta take that in consideration for sure. That's been a big part of his, issue.
Said Paul George need to get some of that Starbury money.
Hey, if y'all watch that documentary now,
I'm about to say, that documentary is cold too. Shout out to it.
Crazy now. That man was coming to the game sitting on the front row.
Yeah.
Speaking of you Knicks fans, Dre.
Hey man, get off me, bro.
Hey, Alicia, at least you got Kenny Payne now. He gone.
Right, he did leave Kentucky.
I know you've been an advocate of Kenny Payne getting a job, which I believe he should have got a college head coaching job. But now and I'm gonna be honest, even if we just take it to the college, Kentucky has taken a few hits since he's left. And I think people don't understand how much Kenny Payne really meant to that program. So him going to the league, I think that's a piece because you already know what they're doing. They try to set up so they can get all them Kentucky guys to come to New York. It's already.
So Rob, you saying Bruiser Flint can't replace Kenny Payne?
Whew. I don't know.
You're talking about big shoes to fill, and not.
I'm
I'm not sure, man, because the Bruiser Flint, I know the crazy little man. When he had them one and done kids like that, and you gotta remember too, Kenny Payne was the guy that really did most of the player development. Because I've been in the gym and watched him work out, and he does a great job with those bigs. So now you're talking about getting Bruiser Flint. I mean, and Kev can tell you this, as player development guys, you should be able to train each position. But let's be honest, some guys are better at certain positions than others. So I might have a guy that's 6'9", he does better with post guys than I might at my side. I do better. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, we can just look at the evolution of the bigs that he's, developed. Willie Cauley-Stein. Look at Nick Richards this year. He went, dead now. He's gonna be a draft pick in the league. So I think that is a big piece for the Knicks. And it's like they're trying to make Kentucky. Then they took Worldwide West too. So I don't think people are looking behind the scenes at that either. So I think the Knicks. I'm gonna be honest. I think they're setting themselves up now. I know they pissed off about that 8th pick, but because I already know. If you gotta draft with the Knicks, because you gotta get star power. So you gotta draft LaMelo. You would have had to draft LaMelo or Ant. You had to. But now, I just think they're gonna, and then you look, they're getting a defensive philosophy now with Thibodeau back in the league. So,
hopefully he'll run them guys into the ground though.
Right.
And their road. Anyway, but yes, I agree with you 100%.
It's gonna be a lot of New York Knicks practices. He's gonna work for all 82, dog. 2 hours. Better get used to that.
I hope he learned though. I hope he does.
I am. I'm a bandwagon guy for Kenny. I ain't even gonna get into which job I felt like he should have got because I'm trying to squash the beef. But I am a big fan of Kenny. I hate that Kenny had to go to the NBA to try and get his just due. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. To me, if anybody deserved a head coaching job, it was Kenny Payne. I will toss.
But here's the deal, though. Maybe him going to the NBA prepares him to get that head coaching job more.
Very true.
I mean, my thing, Huff, is, though, what does it say to black assistants across America if Kenny Payne can't get a head coaching job? Who feels great about becoming a high major?
Here's the other part of it. I agree with you. How many jobs did Kenny Payne turn down?
True.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Yeah,
True.
That's true.
Because I asked a prominent head coach of a Power 5 school, why don't we as African American coaches bet on ourselves anymore? And some of it comes down to money. Some of it comes down to status.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what Kenny Payne did, but we got to call a spade in both ways now.
Well, I will, and you're right, Huff. But I feel like should Kenny Payne have to take a job that ain't at that? Like he shouldn't have to take a step down job.
But let's be honest. What assistant, even in a high major, just gets a high major job right off the bat? I'm waiting. You give me one. I'm trying to think of one right now myself. They got to take at least a mid major, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but if he took a Big East job or something like that, like that's
still mid major now. Big East, considering most people don't think Big East is mid major now.
Yeah.
To me, that's.
But you know why? Because a lot of teams left. So, but
right.
Yeah.
Providence in there. You still got Seton Hall.
Speaking of Providence, they coach is always somebody that I forget to give props to, man.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. He a hell of a coach, man. A hell of a coach. I always forget to shout him out.
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but shout out to Kenny Payne. I am happy for him. I'm not going to the other side. I'm still a Louisville Cardinals. I'm not going to the other side.
Hey, about that Ville, man. I hear about it every day. Scrubs talk about the Ville all the time. So
Yeah.
you know, I know that hurts your heart. He ain't go there, but you know, I hear about the Ville all the time.
No, I wish him the best, man. Honestly, we're getting to a point where we're seeing college isn't for every kid, and every kid shouldn't be forced to go to college. It was a lot of people that was mad at that kid. Louisville fans acting crazy, saying stupid shit. Which fans of any school, don't say dumb shit to players on Twitter, bro. Like, relax. That dude, 18 years old, man. Like, chill out.
And I know Huff knows this and Kevin. Like, what I try to tell my guys, you got to be ready for that. Like, if you choose to go to a high major, big time school, you're gonna get backlash. So the thing is, a lot of these kids now, with how social media is, they're cling to it. So that's why a lot of them make it and some of them don't, because they read the headlines when people talk about them. And I mean, know that people gonna do that. So I try to tell them ahead of time, hey, if you're gonna go to Kentucky, if you're gonna go to Duke, if you're gonna go here, you're gonna get ridiculed. When you lose, it's your fault. When you win, it's all gravy. But what you gotta understand is you're gonna have people like that. And I just think you just have to let them know that, you know, before they do it. I mean, because guys talk about us sometimes. So I mean, you take subliminal shots. Like, are you gonna get mad every time somebody say something about you?
Exactly.
Gotta have thick. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. Right. So I just think you gotta have thick skin and understand, you know, the gist of what's going on.
Let me ask this, man. You both of you guys.
Before you say that, by the way, the Clippers are down 8.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on, man.
With no Porzingis and
a horrible Luka
and Pablo and playoff P 2 for 11.
Hold on, boys, man.
Keep shooting, boy. Keep shooting, boy.
I've been talking this with Isaiah Hart, you know, from Whitfield. We've been talking about this on Twitter, and I said, is he a superstar? He laughed back now because he's seeing now, dog. I ain't saying he wasn't no great player, but come on, dog.
Alert! They down 10 now.
Oh my goodness! Dog. Oh my goodness! Hey, and look, and they really should be down 2-1 for real.
Right, you're right.
They might be 2-0.
I agree.
They should be down for sure.
They might be tonight. So I wanted to ask y'all both have had high level prospects, high major guys, pro guys. Does the off the court stuff, is it a learning curve, learning how to deal with that? Rob, you brought up saying that people, it's going to be adversity. People are going to say things about you. Does the social media stuff, or let me pose this question. Let me pose it a little bit better. Is it the social media stuff, or is it the actual writers, bloggers, talking heads, talking shit? Which one do you feel like it's a bigger learning curve for those kids to handle and deal with?
I think it's social media. A lot of kids don't be on Twitter. I'm being honest. Like, this new wave of kids, they on Instagram. Get it? They ain't on Facebook for the old
Snapchat.
People. They on Snapchat.
Facebook for Dre.
My grandmama told me I have to have a Facebook account.
So they're not really. You got some guys on Twitter, but you don't have a lot. So they get a lot of the stardom on Instagram. So, you know, that's the biggest curve, because say you have a bad game, right? I mean, I know times I seen Ashton maybe they lose, right? They'll put trash can signs right under your comments. Like, it's like dead serious. Like, you know, like having, you know, that's things that they do. So, you know, you have to tell people, hey man, it comes with the territory. Like, you decided to go to these schools, and it's painful because it's people that have never played basketball that do it. you know, and it's sad that people have to do that to kids. I think that's where people get it wrong. They forget that these are still kids. You know, they forget that. They think that they're professional athletes, which once you become a professional athlete, you gonna care anyway. But guess what? You making your money, so it don't matter to them.
Unless you Kevin Durant, you make a burner account.
I agree with what he said too. Some kids are sensitive. They just are.
Yeah.
I agree. That's true.
I'll take it further. Not so much sensitive. They're so big into comparing everything.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Like I'm comparing. Kelvin got this offer and I don't, so I'm comparing that. Or I'm comparing Rob. Your team does this, but my team ain't doing that.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
They grew up, I think, in the debate era, in the debate show era. A lot of kids might be raised by Skip Bayless rants. So
I think it's also
that's a whole different conversation, man.
Yeah. I think it's also hard for kids right now to understand that all four of us can eat in different ways at this table without dogging the other person.
For sure.
Exactly. For sure.
I think of what you just said. I think
Yes.
it's not just we can, but I think it starts with us.
Oh yeah, it does.
Is black men basically.
Yep.
It starts with us. Like you can skin a cat one way. I could do it another way, but we don't have to bash each other to get what we want.
Agreed.
I think that's like, I mean, Kelvin will tell you straight up. Like, I mean, he used to see me training when I was when we was hooping.
Right.
I was in the gym and
right over there, Wayne Green, LA Fitness. Yes, sir, dog.
one of the guys that came up to me was like, "Man, what you think about me training?" And I was like, "Bro, you got to use what you do well. I mean, the community needs it. You know what I'm saying? Tell you plenty of time. It wasn't like I was like, nah, man, don't do that. So you're gonna mess up my business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it starts with us as black men trying not to, bash each other, basically.
I would agree.
I'm glad you brought that up, Rob. Because I've stated this on Twitter, and I always told Rob, like, Rob has been one of my main mentors in this. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, he could have easily, like, oh no, I don't want him to train. He gonna take this and that. But I mean, we just understand we know our lane and we know what we do at the end of the day, and we don't, anytime one of his kids does well, I clap the same way, because at the end of the day, it's like, look, you my guy, you my friend. So, and at the end of the day, it's our job to be helping these kids. So I don't get caught up in that. I know, like Rob said, man, people get on Twitter and want to talk bad about this trainer and do this. I'm like, look, man, I know the position that God has put, us in, and we do it to the best of our ability and help those along the way. And Rob has been, a very big part of that for me, helping me for sure.
So are we bashing Doc Rivers with that comment that's in the
Doc Rivers is sacred ground for me, bro. No.
Why is he sacred ground?
What happened though?
What he say? What happened?
The comment says, is Doc Rivers a little overrated?
I mean, hey,
all he has is one with three
man.
Hall of Famers in Rondo. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, if we want to say that he has a championship with 3 Hall of Famers, it's a lot of guys that we got to tear down statues of. I mean, Phil Jackson only won with Hall of Famers,
but he won a lot.
Fred,
He didn't win just one.
but he didn't have those Hall of Fame. Like Doc didn't reload with more Hall of Famers. Like
He had the same group and didn't win.
I mean, Phil has had those groups and lost too. It ain't like Phil went undefeated.
What about Doc in LA? I'm just asking.
Yeah. With Chris Paul in there.
I
Yeah,
think
with Chris Paul in Lob City. What about them?
I think that should have went to a finals. I'm being honest.
You said what?
I think that team should have went to a finals.
Yeah, they should have went to one finals at least.
I think so.
At least.
I think so. I mean, but you talking about Blake Griffin, bro?
Yeah, him and Chris Paul didn't really get along from what's going on now.
All right, but
When the last time a light skinned dude took us to the
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, Locke ain't here, so somebody had to say it. Locke normally would say that shit.
hey, so
It's a fair question.
Stephen Curry?
It's fair.
is he overrated? Is he? I mean, would I want him coaching my team? Yes.
100%. I would.
Does he probably get a little overhyped sometimes? Probably, yeah.
I mean, if we compare him to Rick Carlisle, who Rick Carlisle just got
I think Rick Carlisle is underrated, to be honest with you.
He is.
right,
Rick
he doesn't
Carlisle
get the
underrated
same
for sure.
amount of love necessarily as Doc Rivers does. I could say that. That's fair.
But he has a championship too.
Right.
He does.
Does.
And with how many Hall of Famers? One maybe.
He had Dirk, JT.
Dirk.
I don't know if
JT gonna make it?
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
Right. It was 2. Dirk and
Dirk and J Kidd.
Nah, J Kidd wasn't on that team.
He won on that team, not the championship team.
What? Which one?
The one that beat
Somebody-
Miami. The one that
2011.
the
No,
one
he
that
went home.
the super
He was.
team.
No, I'm about to say J Kidd was on that team, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
on that team.
Oh no, y'all finna make me go look this up.
I'm about to say, I thought he was.
He was on that team. Jason
I'm
Kidd
about to
was
say, yeah, hold on. Yeah, we can look that up. Hold on.
We got to do Googles.
Yeah, no, he was on that team. I looked at it right now.
Yeah. He was on
Yeah,
that
he was
team.
on that team.
It was 2. 2 for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Jason Kidd and Dirk.
I'm trying to forget that ever happened.
Yeah, I know you are. You are,
Y'all
LeBron.
bring me back. I'm trying to forget that ever happened, bro.
Hey,
was-
man.
But you gotta look at it. It was the best thing that happened to LeBron when they lost.
It was.
It
Well,
was.
it was the best thing that happened in Miami because Dwayne Wade realized it should be LeBron James' team.
I agree.
For
Sure.
sure.
Take that back seat.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into this NBA mock draft real quick. So I'm gonna name out like the first 5 selections. I found a mock draft to go through real quick.
Okay.
The first 5 picks are the Timberwolves at 1, the Warriors at 2. That's crazy. The Hornets at 3. The Bulls at 4, and the Cavs at 5.
Okay.
Hawks at 6. I'll just toss in the Hawks. Let's go 6.
All right. So we start from 6 down to 1.
No, start at 1 because I
We'll
think
start at 1.
one's gonna determine everything else.
1
First
is
pick on the board.
Anthony Edwards. Ant-Man.
Gotta be Anthony Edwards. Somebody. Well,
Got to be.
I don't think.
yeah,
they,
you do.
I don't think they draft Anthony Edwards.
I don't think they do because of D'Angelo Russell and all that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I didn't really
I
say.
think they're gonna draft LaMelo Ball. To be honest, with you.
So let me ask you this, like, what does he play if they draft him 1? Off ball. I think D'Angelo and Ant works better than him and LaMelo.
I agree with that.
I agree with that, but I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
Minnesota agrees with that. Unfortunately,
Okay.
It should. But I agree. I need him, man. My personal opinion.
who's Minnesota's coach right now?
Any Saunders son?
Yeah.
No, he said say Lenny Wilkins. Come on, dog.
Corey Wild,
Lenny Wilkins.
Corey Wild, bro.
Hey, Corey, you
That's
can never
fine,
go
dog.
you can never go
Hey,
to that
Corey
man's name in my
Wild.
presence ever again. Lenny Wilkins can never be brought up in my presence ever again.
Corey Wild, bro. I agree with Ant at number 1. To me, I'll tell the Timberwolves, don't get cute. Draft the best player available. Ant-Man's the best player available.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right. So let's say they do. All right. So
Okay.
Timberwolves have drafted Ant-Man. Golden State's on the clock.
James.
The mock draft has
What they got?
Golden State getting James Wiseman, according to Sports Illustrated.
For me, that fits them if they're gonna make that pick. But they could
Right.
trade that pick.
They're probably gonna trade it, to be honest.
Y'all
I think
think
they're gonna package that with depending on who they get.
Andre,
Draymond not gonna stay there. I don't think Draymond gonna be there much longer.
nah, they're gonna package with Andre Wiggins and say,
Yeah, and that's from Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, they're gonna trade him out of there.
and we'll
For sure.
take Joel Embiid. That's what they're gonna say.
man, boy.
I don't want to see that. I don't wanna see that.
I don't want to see it either.
Damn. I think they're gonna package it though.
I think you take James Wiseman with the second.
I mean,
Wiseman pick ain't a bad pick.
yeah, they,
It's not a bad pick.
I like Wiseman at 2.
yep, I agree with them. All right, so
Yeah,
Wiseman,
if they're not trading, I'll get Wiseman there too, for sure.
3rd.
Wiseman's off the board.
Third is the Hornets, and according to Sports Illustrated, they will take Obi Toppin at third
Okay,
for the
that
Hornets.
makes no sense. Okay, you got PJ Washington played pretty well this year as a
Yep.
rookie. So I think you have no choice but to take LaMelo at 3.
Mm.
I think you have no choice.
Yeah.
Will Terry Rozier beat him up in practice?
I ain't
try.
even worried about that. I'm worried about Michael Jordan said I want no part of LeVar Ball.
Oh, you
Oh,
seen that already?
how about
Yeah,
that?
that's my mental is thinking how Michael Jordan usually thinks. I don't want no part of that, bro. This is my team.
And he always likes college players. He always likes guys that performed in college.
Wasn't he the one that said he'll beat Michael 1-on-1?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. He ain't taking that man, kid.
Hey, that'd be perfect marketing for them, though. For real, if they were to do it. That'd be perfect.
All right.
So you got LaMelo at 3.
Now here's where it gets interesting to me.
So hold on, who do we say is going at 3? Is it Obi or is it Melo?
I say
I would say Melo. Well, dang, dog.
I'm gonna take out the Jordan aspect and say they should. It's Melo, so let's just go Melo.
go Melo. All right.
You'll go Melo.
Who's number 4?
Number 4 is the Chicago Bulls.
Mm.
According to Sports Illustrated, the Chicago Bulls were going to take Melo at 4, which I think would be the dumbest pick in America. But that's what
They already don't play defense, so
Yeah.
and they already have 2 young guards.
Right.
I tell y'all who
I'm gonna tell you that they're so crazy.
two,
They may take the dude from Israel.
it's two people that I would take it for, right? You could pick either or. I would either take Obi or here go a kicker. I would take Isaac Okoro.
Mm.
That's the name I was going to bring up. I was going to bring it up at 5, though.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question because somebody, a prominent scout, brought it to me.
Okay.
I hadn't thought about it like this. Is Isaac Okoro Stanley Johnson?
Oh, that's a good. Wow, that's a great. Oh my goodness.
I think he's a better college player than Stanley Johnson, though.
Is he?
I would
Is
say
Hey, Stanley's pretty good in college.
pretty
He
good.
was all right in college.
But I think that the difference in Isaac is
He has more of a motor.
his motor and will to win is different.
Right.
But neither one of them can shoot.
Stanley Johnson was more offensively better than
Agreed.
but
Yeah.
defensively and a motor. I'm taking Isaac. I do
Taking
know NBA people like they love Isaac.
If Chicago takes Isaac, Zach LaVine's not gonna be there. Y'all do know that, right?
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be there no way. I'm saying, but
I think it just makes it more clear that he's not gonna be there.
So,
Hey, is in the league, is Isaac a 2 or a 3?
He may be a 4, to be honest with you.
he might be exactly. He might be a 4. It all depends on if he can shoot. To be honest.
I think the league is positioning this so he can play the. I mean,
Yeah, he can go 2
I
through
mean, he
4.
can guard a 2.
Yeah.
so for the name sake, I would say Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
So, let's go Obi 4.
Obi a 4. All right. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock.
Yeah, you. I think
And
They taking Isaac Okoro.
they take Isaac.
They take Isaac. I'm about to say. If you get on the 5.
according to Sports Illustrated,
You better not say that dude Israel Denny.
It might be. You know how this goes.
That's
You know how this goes.
That's what you about to say.
You about to say
hey man,
Okay.
according to Sports Illustrated,
that.
Go with no water.
the Cleveland Cavaliers will select
Andy.
Anyika Onkowu
USC.
from USC.
Damn. Now I'm gonna be honest.
He could play.
If that's who I wanted the Hawks to take.
He's bouncy as hell. Hold on, wait. I got highlights. I couldn't load it because the file was really big, but hold on one second.
And what
That's exactly who I wanted the Hawks to take if everybody else is gone and they don't
I got
trade.
highlights.
what position does he play?
Yeah, that's my question.
He is listed as a center.
Okay,
Uh,
don't they have Andre Drummond?
For a year, yeah. For a year.
See, that was my only problem with the Hawks taking him. You got Clint Capella. What's the other kid's name? He went to San Antonio but came back. Then they then they got the kid they drafted out of whatchamacallit. So like I don't know if that fits them though. I can see the Hawks trading it, to be honest. I don't see them taking nobody.
I'm gonna show this kid's highlights real quick.
Yeah, let me see this kid real quick.
We're gonna show some love.
Jumping now.
Yeah, he bounced.
Boy, up on that rim.
Yeah.
Listed at 6'9". Ooh,
Good
okay.
move. Good footwork.
Okay.
Huh? Oh,
Drop step.
Okay.
I just seen enough. Good now.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I see the
I see.
rip too.
I don't know you getting that off in the league.
Nah, it's smacking that.
Hey,
He was
That's
up.
a good-
He's gonna be an offensive project.
Right. Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, so
I don't. Can he rim protect in the league?
Good question.
So we're talking about for Cleveland, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Can he rim protect in the league?
What is the Drummond deal? How many more years does he have?
I know he opted into his deal.
That is the Chino Hills kid. You are correct.
Let's
Yo,
see.
so you're telling me Chino Hills finna have 3 first-round picks? They had 3 first-round picks on one team?
On
Yeah.
one team.
Wow.
Hey, Dave, you wildin', bro. He said the Cavs need the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th.
They need some help. They need some help.
You're a wild boy, D. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
The 3rd, 5th pick. Oh,
Let's see.
I think that's gonna be interesting between them taking. I had an argument between them taking Isaac and them taking this kid.
I think they need, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
You said who?
They need to play. They need defense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, they need defense for sure. And if we talking about
Because it's not like you ask Isaac to go out there.
So let's go back through the top 4. It was Ed, Wiseman,
Yeah.
Melo,
Melo and Obi.
And Obi.
I would say Isaac. They need a wing defender. They definitely need a wing defender for sure.
For sure.
I
If
mean,
you can't guard the wings in the league, it's over for you.
Yeah.
especially with Drummond still being there, you got your rim protector. You got that already. So I would say get Isaac if you're gonna get him. You're gonna get him now early.
So let's go Isaac. I think that's consistent.
Well, Huff, Dennis, what's left for you?
trade.
Hey,
Hey,
If Isaac and Obi not there, then like after watching him, how much? I mean, is that kid better than Fernando Bruno that they drafted?
no.
So,
yeah, they don't need to draft him that early. Not with that skill set.
So either you're trading down because you got the what is it, the Halliburton kid? He's a guard. You don't need another one of him.
Yeah, I seen on another mock they had him going to the Hawks. I'm like, that made no sense.
Makes no sense. So they're trading that pick either down or something.
I agree.
Does anybody want that pick?
The Knicks will move up. They need everything.
I'm about to say, it's about the Cavs. Yeah, they need everything. Knicks too.
Hey, my boy said the Knicks need everything, every position.
Wide open. Hey, the Israel, they gonna move up because they want the Israel kid. That's what they gonna move up for.
Hey, look, hey, we got to give Phil a little bit of credit with Porzingis. That's it, though.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got to give some
When
credit.
he took the guard, what was the guard's name? What's the guard? Frank? Yeah.
Frank need a kilo, boy.
Can't please, man. Can somebody put that thing to me, man?
Dennis Smith. I mean, some of y'all thought Dennis Smith was gonna be good.
Dennis Smith.
Yeah, what he got? Well, really, Luka was what happened to Dennis Smith.
Like, I actually thought he was gonna be. He kind of reminded me of Steve Francis a little bit.
Good comparison.
I would say the league Steve Francis played in was different than the league now.
That's something too, though.
That's
Because
right.
he's not the best outside shooter. So like they trying to phase out them driving guards, them Rondo type guards.
And
For real.
Trayvon Duval couldn't stick in the league either.
Boy, hey, look, dog. Hey,
That
Tough.
that surprised me though, man.
I'm gonna be honest, Rob. I'm gonna be honest, dog.
I saw him play when I see
Look.
him on the UAA circuit. Not
Mhm.
even the Colin, not even the Colin against him playing against Colin. I
was
saw
gonna
him
bring that up.
because people don't understand. At one time, Under Armour had the best circuit.
Hmm.
It had him, Markel Fultz. I mean, it was everybody that swung.
Loaded.
And I saw him, and I was like, bro, there's no way that he not gonna be in the league in about a year. And that didn't even get drafted. Like that, I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta add this because going from that game, you know, everybody saw it, everybody was there. The Colin Trayvon Duval game. I left the gym, and we talked about it before, saying two things. One, Colin, he got to continue now. If you're gonna play league, you know, point guard in the league, you got to continue to keep getting your teammates involved, you know, and doing all that stuff. And I saw Trayvon Duval. I said, if he don't learn how to shoot, because and this is what I saw, Rod. Actually, that summer going into the draft. Matter of fact, I was with you. Remember, we was in Pembroke Gym. We was in the other gym. So then me and Coach Sheed, actually from Night Riders, we walked over and he was working out with my boo Abdul-Aruf, right?
Yep, he was working out.
Sitting there watching him with Coach Sheed. I'm like, he don't look comfortable shooting by himself still. And this is like a month or two before the draft. I was like, nah, it ain't gonna happen, dog.
All right, so let me ask y'all this.
That's tough.
I think he went to the wrong school.
Thank you. That was a part of it too. He should have went to a running gun, up and down team that wasn't slowing the ball down and throwing it in the post.
To the wrong school, right? You go to Duke. Wasn't that Duke biggest team that Coach K ever had?
Yep.
He had Marvin Bagley.
Yeah. Wendell.
So we talking about, and Huff is a coach, right? Huff. What are you gonna do when you got those bigs down there? You're gonna what? You're gonna pack the paint.
Yeah.
So with them packing the paint, it actually showed how bad he shot.
Exactly.
So if he would have went where he was supposed to go, he was supposed to go to Maryland. If he goes to Maryland because he could have kind of hid that in his game, but being that you can't hide it.
So Rob, you are making a point that kids, inner circles, whatever you want to call them, need to really look at a kid's strengths and weaknesses when picking a school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey man, come on now. We know when Duke come through and drop that bag, dog. Hey, bro, you gotta commit, dog. You gotta commit, dog.
Everybody don't take it though.
Hey, boy, that big house in Raleigh, dog. You gotta, hey, bro.
I'm being honest with you. Like just like you said, Trayvon Duval went to Kentucky. That would have helped him.
Yeah.
He would have been in a dribble drive offense.
Yep. There you go.
With him going to Duke, it was all right. We got to get the ball to Wendell and Marvin Bagley. These top 5 picks, you know.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I think, and it's what you said. Like I think some people don't look at. They look at Duke, Kentucky. They don't look at who's coming in with me. What am I going to be able to show while I'm at this school? You know, I agree with you. It's just the name. You know, I'm not saying that wrong with the school because shoot. I would have been happy.
What do staffs produce better at certain schools than others? You got to look at that. You got to look at your style of play. Like he's up and down. I mean, there have been times Duke has been up and down, but they're not really a get up and go team like that. You know.
Right. Speaking of, man, since we're talking about what kids need to do and we talking about high school, I got some video of some footage from me calling games this weekend and what I saw from kids this weekend, man. Check this shit out.
Okay.
Let it rain. Rain dance. Let it rain. Let it rain. Ice man. Sandy. White chocolate. Sandy. Raindrops. Oh, T, time out. I'm burning. My lungs are burning. Time out.
Hey, man.
That's my favorite movie, dog. That's my favorite clip, dog.
You're tripping, bro.
I mean, I saw some of that. So I want to ask a question, bro.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And
I know.
do in the days of tweeting out and talking about AAU point totals, and you see a lot of point totals get tweeted out, how much do we really care about shooting percentages in the
Oh
summer?
my goodness. Oh,
Man,
I'm so mad.
I would. Like if you
Dog.
scored 30-something points and you shot it 30 times, you were 13 for 30. That don't mean nothing to me.
That's facts. And I say the same thing in training all the time. With all the players I train, I'm like, man, that ain't impressive to me to get 30 on 30 shots. It's not. It's not at all to me.
I'm gonna take it further, but I know it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't mean as much AAU. But you getting 30 on 13 for 30 shooting, and the other team, the other dudes you go and getting 30,
Right.
you're behind the 8 ball for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
Hey, Rob, should they be out there getting their shit off or what, bro?
Mm.
13 for 30 mean you, 13 for 30 don't even mean you getting it. It just mean you jacking that thing up.
Right.
You know, like, it's I had to admit, this has got to be the worst AAU season I've
Oh, man, now, hey, look.
like, no disrespect. Like, I ain't like disrespect. These have been the worst games I've ever seen in my life. And I think it's a lot got to go with, you know, what's going on with the pandemic. Just being honest.
Thank you. That's what I'm about to say. We gotta give him a pass with COVID, dog. We gotta give him a little
That's
pass.
what I was gonna say, because a lot of these dudes can't get in the gym now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We gotta give him a pass. That's why I was gonna say that too.
So that's one thing. And then, as you know, Dre, because you coach, right? You would have got that period right after the season to practice on.
Right.
Then you would have got to go to a warm-up tournament.
Right.
And you would have got, you would have got you would have got the live periods. And then Huff, we go to June for high school.
Yeah.
So you've been in the gym, you've been able to do certain things. And then July, you know what happens in July, right?
Right.
Now it's just like, all right,
Going right into the fire.
who playing Wednesday? Like, all right, who we calling? You want to play this weekend?
Yeah.
You put all these kids together, and they playing. And I'm gonna say this. I don't think nobody else gonna say it because I've heard this. I'm just being honest with y'all. Ain't everybody watching them streams, bro? Hey, just being real with y'all, because I had this talk with a parent, and we was talking about training and basketball, right? And I just said, I'm not gonna say that this kid to me is gonna be one of the top players in the country, but he doesn't have the notoriety right now because they're playing these games, right, with little streams. Some of these coaches are not watching them because, you've been to be honest, it's just like watching highlights on a game, right? It's just like
I'm gonna keep it really real. I've been told that unless you were already in their top 3, they're not watching. Or if they're watching, they have the GA clipping it up of only your stuff. So the problem you're having is that you got kids and teams that haven't been in gyms.
Yeah.
So they haven't worked on their game. They haven't practiced together. Yep. So you're seeing a combination of bad basketball, and it's making some kids look really bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I know we say, hey, shout out to my boy Shafu, Mark Elvis. Hey, no season. I know he say no duck season, right? But this is me personally. A lot of these kids have the ball in their court. If I'm top 10 in the country, right, I'm not playing. I'm sorry. I'm just not. It makes no sense for me to play. Like, I give you a good example. Kennedy Chandler, right? They just committed to Tennessee. Have y'all seen him play in one tournament?
No.
Guess what he's been doing? He's been working out, and he's been playing with pros. He's able to get in, right? I believe you hold all the cards because guess what? They're going to have a McDonald's game. Some of you guys going to already be McDonald's out of America. I understand you want to play. That's fine with me. But it's a lot of risk that goes into playing. I mean, I even got parents that won't even let their kids play because of COVID, because they're not testing everybody. So,
Rob, here's going to be the other aspect. So now you're going to have somebody say that for every kid you're just talking about, there's a Manny Harris, who before this live stream period happens,
I agree.
I think he had a D2 offer, maybe.
Right. But for every man in Harris no different. Hey, would I play? I just the competitor in me, I would, but I wouldn't be mad if he said, you know what, I don't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just being honest because it's a lot to risk right now, just with everything. So just like you said, but for a guy like Manny Harris, yeah, I would play. But I know too. A lot of these high major coaches ain't watching these games, man.
A lot of the low majors not watching the games.
I do want to add too, man. And one thing that we're not mentioning just yet is all them streams ain't created equal either.
They are definitely not.
You got streams with fucking cameras dangling from the roof.
Right,
you can't even see the kid jersey number.
Hey, I can't watch. I'm not buying no stream on the roof. Now you made me laugh when you said it.
Hey, bro. Hey, if the camera attached to the roof, dog, I'm not paying to live stream that shit. Now you got to put that free, dog. That shit got me. You got the camera dangling from the roof. The wind blow, that shit moving. Like, bro, you can't put that shit on the roof, dog. Expect me to pay for it, dog. Great service. Keep us from coming to the gym because we want to watch the kids. But that shit need to be free. You attach the camera to the roof, dog.
So Dre, pull up that comment that we got, the last one, because that's the next thing that's coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We got high school.
Oh man, yeah.
This is a problem I'm having right now. Like,
hey, and I'm gonna give a different answer though than what people may expect me to say.
So here, as a high school coach,
I
can't coach my team. I haven't. Some people, I had 8 days with my team in July.
Fall league sucks. Just saying.
But I'm just giving you. I'm trying to preface this.
Oh, man.
I can't coach my team. I had 8 days in July with my team. 8, right?
Yeah.
We haven't been able to get in the gym since school started. So I'm just supposed to roll the balls out,
right,
and go play, and it's getting live streamed.
Nah, dog.
Is that beneficial for my guys?
Not at all. It's gonna hurt them more. It's gonna help them. Based on what you're saying, for sure.
Everybody says we need them to play. Well,
look.
Fall league sucks, even under regular conditions. Fall league sucks.
Hey, but look, let me say that because you brought up a good point, which I think parents got to realize is just because a kid is playing all these games, that does not mean they're getting better. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they might be playing trash competition. They might just be reinforcing the same bad habits over and over again and not really getting better.
So think like for me, I'm gonna just use this example. My team, I'm missing 4 football guys, right? Who are in my rotation.
Right.
So I'm missing the 4 football guys. We go play. Let's say we play in a fall league that has like Pace, Grayson, Norcross.
Right.
Is that making my team better? Are we getting any confidence from that?
Hey, bro, you want to know what I say at every fall league game that I have ever seen ever? Who the fuck are these kids? You don't see when the season starts, you don't see none of them niggas. Who the fuck are they? Fall league is trash. That shit is so trash. You're gonna end up. Hey, bro, it solidified it for me last year. You know what we walked out of fall league with? A groin injury that kept DeJuan out for almost 3 months. That's what we walked out of fucking fall league with. Playing a bunch of randoms, dog.
Right.
Like no, dog. Like back in our day, Huff, you go to the court and it's a bunch of randoms that can't play. We would never play with them because we always go, hey man, I'm not playing with them. I'm gonna go get hurt. Where everybody that can play playing at, and that's who I'm gonna go play with. We'd never play with a bunch of randoms out there just running around, bro. And that's what we do with fall league. You got some coach, some programs you have great coaching and some don't. I like the Marietta coaches, not a knock against them, but bro, you playing against a bunch of random dude that ain't got a chance in hell being on the floor in October. I ain't interested.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Especially during this time. It really be tough.
I would agree, Kevin. This time is even more difficult. Like there are schools in certain counties who haven't been to the gym at all.
Right?
Since
Nah, really.
February.
Really.
Yeah.
And you saying let's go play fall league?
There's gonna be a bunch of terrible basketball, man, and injury risk. Really, that's what's gonna happen.
All right, are they live stream too?
Some of them will be.
I'm just asking. Are they live?
Hey, this shit funny. So please tell people to stop posting stats from fall league games.
It don't really matter, dog. Them jokes don't matter.
Ain't nobody doing that.
Now I will say this. I'm gonna give Hoop Scene 20 that doggone technology they got with them stats. Oh, now your 36 points look a lot different now, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, they showing everything?
Yeah.
You
They
go on
show
that
everything,
thing,
bro.
show you how many shots you took,
Oh, there you go.
show you the assists, the rebounds.
Is the camera on the roof?
Nah,
Hey man, you ain't finna get me in trouble, bro.
I'm about to say that. I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, I got love for Ty Young, bro. I
don't think it's on the roof. I think it's from the top. Like the little
I know what he talking about. Nah,
but the other place is
I
on the
don't.
roof
I
now.
don't know.
I know what he talking about. Huh? I know what he talking about.
I know what he's talking about. He's trying to
I ain't
Yeah.
watching that shit from the roof, dog.
I already know what
You ain't
talking
put, hey, dog. I paid my money. You not putting me in the nosebleeds, dog.
hey Rob, you know what he doing?
Stop being cheap. Get
What he doing?
SUV.
You know, he one of them people that said, I'm gonna support the people that support me.
That's it.
So if it ain't SUV TV, I ain't mentioned.
Oh, that's what he doing. Okay, I got it.
Hey, front row seat, clear picture. Shit, I might be calling the game. Hey, bro, treat yourself, dog.
So what you're saying is even when you mess up a name on the call is better than not knowing the number of the person playing.
Fact. A proven statistic is that if you keep playing good, I'm gonna get your damn name right eventually, dog. Keep playing good, dog.
Hey man, y'all funny, man.
Hilarious, dog. For real.
Hey, fall league.
It's still a fall league though.
It's still the fall league.
Hey, to me, if you weren't on the team last year or you're not an incoming freshman, you like that is expected to play, you shouldn't be allowed to play in fall league. Get rid of the randos, and I'm cool with it, bro. Let the real coaches coach.
But then you got to remember the high school coaches can't coach.
That's what I'm saying. Let the real coaches coach.
That is right. Yeah, your high school coach didn't coach the team.
Get all them damn randoms off the they just run around fouling the shit out of people. Get them
The
off.
Dre, the only way you have in fall league is the high school coach has the coach. There are no randoms. And what about should they have been practicing already?
Don't even care, bro. Just as long as the instruction from the coach is gonna be.
There has been no instruction.
Give me an assistant. That's why I said it sucks. But we changed the rules where
even if I'm coaching, but I haven't had my players in the gym, how's that helping them?
it's the instruction from you is still better than not.
I got you.
Give me an instruction from somebody on a coach staff. Even if you say an assistant, the head coach can't do it, but an assistant. Like shit, if you give me Mario Mays in the damn fall league, cool. I ain't complaining. I'm cool. Shit, I mean, hell, Coach Sorrell at Marietta, if he coaching fall league, I ain't tripping. But get them randoms off the damn floor, though. Shit, bro. Them dudes that make football team. You got a bunch of track dudes out there, bro.
No, that's Mondre crazy.
Mondre, you talking about?
That's the people that's trying to figure out if they're gonna make the team, man.
Mondre.
So look, Mondre, if a kid is in a scenario like that where they haven't cracked the rotation and all that, you don't think like maybe a small percentage, maybe 1 or 2 kids would benefit from playing in the fall league, but them kids that's on the cusp of making some playing time.
Possibly, but then to me, you probably made the team last year. You made freshman last year, or you were playing JV last year, most likely, or maybe you transferring in or something. You a new kid or something. Cool, you know what I'm saying? But dog, I ain't never seen so many 5'7" guards in my life just running around fouling people. And look, I'm 5'8", bro, and my son is 5'9" probably. So we ain't big people around here, dog. But you can tell the little guys that play basketball versus the little guys that don't. When you got 2 arm sleeves on, dog, I don't want to play basketball with you, dog. Get off the floor. You got a leg sleeve, 2 arm sleeves, man. Get off the floor, bro. Like you're gonna hurt somebody out here. Like at Fall League last year, dog, one of my favorite 3 things to scream at a game was, "Hey, good hit, boy."
You stupid, bro.
the shit out of people.
And he ain't talking about a jumper, is he? That's crazy. That's terrible.
Facts.
Oh man.
You funny, man.
Hey, both of you guys played high level basketball and were a problem very early and often, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it worse for guys to play like junk zones and stuff against you, or is it worse to be face guarded?
Oh man.
Should those things be happening in AAU? Should people be face guarded full court, or should we see zone in AAU?
I like face guard. That shows me a lot about a player. I would like for face guard, but the zone aspect, I don't know. But I mean, I think they should learn basketball regardless.
Right.
But
I see people. Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
But let's be real. If you're gonna do that, then we got to start getting guys that are coaching AAU. We got to get better coaches,
Right.
Guys that know the game. Now, are we gonna get that? No, I don't think so. Not every pro, they just call a spade. Come on, let's call a spade a spade. Like,
bro, I almost spit water all over his monitor, bro.
No, I ain't lying.
Keep doing that.
Are we gonna get that? Yes or no? I mean,
Okay.
So, let's just be real. So, I would like it. I just would like defense played. Forget all that other stuff you talking about.
Right.
Ain't nobody playing no defense.
Nah, man, it's glorified pickup ball, dog. For real.
I don't even think
That's what it is.
I don't even think it's that, bro.
It's worse than that?
It's worse than that, bro.
Dang,
This season
bruh.
has been terrible. I don't care what.
I believe that, though. I believe that.
Hey, Huff, they both. Didn't y'all both broadcast some games?
We did. And
YMCA.
It was one game. It was three of us. It was Trey, myself, and D Lab. When I say
And they ghosted the officials the whole game, bro.
well, we were trying to find material because if we had said what we really wanted to say.
Bro, Kev, hey, listen, Kev, it's terrible, bro.
I believe it, dog.
It's
I
bad.
believe it. That's why I've been streaming. I ain't going to the gym.
Like,
I'm
I
telling you.
commend people like, and I just be honest, I commend people like Pat, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
actually out there trying to teach the kids sex, But, I mean, it's just, not every team had coaches like that. They just out there just going around, throwing the ball away, And just like you said, then getting tweeted about. Oh, you had this today.
Yep.
And it was bad. But,
That's an interesting conversation that I feel like we need to address more, to be honest. I've had this conversation with a couple of college coaches in the past about just AAU. I understand AAU. I understand we went through it. I understand it. But what Rob was just talking about is the main issue. Like, it doesn't help certain kids as far as the next level in college. Now, we talking about NBA where it's mostly pick and rolls and let's get a mismatch and go to work. That's different. But we all know in college, you got to run sets. It's not going to be just roll the ball out. I'm saying every possession. It's not going to happen.
So we talking pick and roll, right? But
Right.
the problem is everybody thinks the pick and roll, that's the only part of the play.
Right.
Yeah.
Pick and roll and then go score immediately.
What's
No extra read.
pick and roll off the ball? Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody just standing watching the man ISO all day.
Yeah. I mean, I just think this year, man, just be honest with you, dog. I love AAU basketball. I ain't one of them guys that don't.
Right.
I just think it's so many variables this year that we can't really look at it, like we should. Just
It's
be
not
honest.
because
Because
I
nobody had time. I mean, and then we being able to. It's just like it was back in the day when we played. You could put anybody on the team now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Rob, take it further. So we talked about no practice time.
Okay.
And we talked about them playing all these games, but adding to the fact now, every weekend teams are changing.
Yep. Literally.
So now you talking about all that with no continuity? Man, come on, man. You're not gonna get something good out of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be tough to have some good games in that scenario. Like you said, you meeting the player that weekend. Like, oh, what's up, dog? All right. And let's go play and let's go win now. Like, that's tough. For sure, for anybody.
And you're gonna have a lot of people on your head, Huff, if you keep talking like that.
Talking like what?
that AAU was trash. They're gonna be on your head. Huff.
I didn't say they was trash. I said the game.
See,
They hear you, Huff.
Look, that's Mondre stirring the pot.
I know, man.
Huff, they hear you.
I ain't
Oh,
even say
but who's always watching AAU? I am.
All the time.
Hey, can we talk about that though, real quick? And I agree. I've seen a lot of trash ass basketball games this summer. So you appreciate the good ones.
Hold on, before you get there, it's trash high school games. So I ain't.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you can't put that trigger in the AAU. Absolutely not.
And we're about to get to that though, Huff, because you brought up an important point about the fact that you've been watching AAU basketball, you've been in the gym. I've noticed that the guys that typically coach well at the high school level are guys that you see in the gym often during AAU season. The guys, a lot of times, not in all cases, but in a lot of times, the guys that go missing, that once March comes, you don't see their ass until June. Those teams normally ain't very good. What say you, Huff? Are high major coaches always in the gym?
I'm gonna always be there to support my kids. Number one, so if I can get out, I'm gonna be there to support my kids. But if there's a game going on, let's talk about even without the pandemic. If there's a game going on that I can get better at my craft, there's something I can learn from. You know, the other time when I was calling the game with Pat and the Celtics and the high post action stuff they run, if you got the same kind of people that he can put in those spots, there's stuff you can learn from that. You know, if you only trying to see AAU to trash it, like there have been some trash games at AAU, but there have also been some very good games. We saw that Atlanta Celtics, what was the team? Enforce. It was a high level game. When I was
Honcho game.
Yeah, when I was over that scene and I saw Team Curry versus Honcho, high level game. Even last weekend when I saw D Favorite Celtics play the Atlanta All Stars. Like that was a high level game, and nobody talks about. But with all those, we've seen some trash games. But I do think you can never turn your back and say you're not gonna go watch it. It's trash. I'm not gonna go to a game.
I agree.
Because now you're cutting yourself off to another element that actually your kids need. Because you was for exposure now.
Right. Yeah. And that's the main thing.
I think it goes hand in hand, like you said. It's always trying to be a student.
Yeah.
Right. Even in the training game. I mean, I can ask Kelvin some things. I can ask Nick Stapleton some things. I can ask, different people, like guys that I've been around. Like, just like, okay, so what do you see here? And I would be remiss, if we don't know everything. We just don't. Right. All of us are different, just like you said. Like some of those and I think some trainers should watch basketball like that. Me personally.
Well, I'm gonna take it further, Rob. Like I try to stay out of who my kids play AAU with. Like that's them and their parents' decision. They come to me and ask me, then I can tell you what best fits your playing style.
Right.
You can't do that if you haven't watched AAU.
I agree.
Right. Very true.
I can tell a kid to say, listen, you probably don't need to play for a shoe team. Not saying you're not good, but you're probably going to be the 8th, 9th person. And if they bring somebody in every week, you may not play. You need to go play for an indie.
Look, Coach Huff, I'm glad you just said that because that's a prime example. Terrell R. Jr. last year. It's a prime example. He was with Stackhouse Elite the year before, didn't play like that, and he got with the Canes and blew up off that weekend at McEachern because, like you said, it's the right fit where he can show his skill set. It don't matter if you're on a shoot team if you don't play. I'm saying at the end of the day, that doesn't. Yeah, it's cool to get gear. It's cool to travel. I'm saying that's cool, but you're not gonna get recruited properly if you're not really playing.
And this statement that he just said, I agree. Because I think y'all talked about this, and I got on when y'all was talking about it one day. I think Coach Daly, shout out to him, training Cam Daly. And y'all, I think you asked me, it was about a move you showed that somebody did in the corner. Yeah. And y'all was asking, like, would I teach somebody that move? And I think that's where it comes in. So, like, whatever guy I have that I train, I try to talk to the coaches to say, all right, so what is he going to do? And, high high school is different than college, and
Yes, it
college
is.
is different, and college is different than the NBA. So you're not in high school. Depends on what school you play for. Your coach might give you more leeway to do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Then you might go to, like, say, Huff. You might run sets and things. You might say, hey, I want him to learn how to do this, this, and this. But you need to talk to the coach to find that out. So you don't be teaching him something that he ain't gonna do. You know. And I saw a tweet today. It was funny. I forgot who said it. It's Yusuf. He's a JUCO coach in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't understand why some trainers teach these dudes all these Jane Hard moves and they ain't gonna those moves are set up for max guys.
Yeah,
I did. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And you know, like in college, it sets all day.
Sir.
You're not running. A lot of teams ain't running no ISOs or nothing. So
Rob, there are
that's why-
coaches that got 200 sets in their playbook.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Not just
so,
1 for a low ISO and
So,
don't work.
so I think I've learned this too because I've evolved as a trainer. I'm just being honest. I went from cones, dribbling all day to understanding the game more and having to talk to people to be like, okay, so what do I need to learn to get to where I need to be? So like in college, I watch, you're watching basically what you're doing is you're watching what is it? I can't get it off my head right now. When you can see the stats, everything, synergy. So I'm watching Synergy and I'm saying, okay. I mean, because you can ask them, we'll watch it. I'm like, okay, this is what you're gonna do when you go to school because I don't want to teach him something that he ain't gonna do. And then when you get to the league, it's a whole different level. They already telling you, hey man, this is what you're gonna do. You ain't a max guy, so you ain't dribbling 100 times. So you're gonna be right there in that corner. You're gonna catch, you're gonna shoot lifts and drifts. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna catch shakes. You're gonna come off a pick. That's just what it is. But I believe that all of us should come together. And I saw that Yazir was like, he was gonna try to get us, the trainers, together with the coaches to try to teach different things. I'm up for anything to try to help this game because I feel this is what I love. Like I love the game of basketball, and the state of Georgia has adopted me coming from Bama. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I'm here now. This is what I like to take the knowledge from here and take it back home. I'm just being real. So I think we should all work together. But will it happen? I don't know. Because I think some people are simple-minded. That's just me personally.
Now you talking right now.
I agree, Rob. I do the same thing, man. And, I always talk to the players, coaches, and like you said, let's see what position are you playing? What are you going to be doing? Because like Rob said, you don't want to be working on stuff that they're not going to work on. Yeah, we don't have egos, though. You can't have an ego with that, though. You can't feel like, I'm better than you. But no, man, like Rob said, we are all students at the end of the day. And I learn from Rob. I learn from other coaches, learn from other trainers. I learn from other coaches. Like you said, just trying to keep being a sponge. You can't act like you know everything, at the end of that, because that's when you get stagnant. When you feel like, oh, I know it all. Nah, we can always learn something every day, ultimately.
No question.
Pandemic P. Yeah, 9 points.
Pandemic P, 9 points, 3-14, and the Clippers lost.
The Clippers lost again, bro.
Keep shooting, P.
Hey,
They about to lose this series, bro. No Porzingis.
Luka hit the game-winning shot.
Who?
Luka.
Oh, it's over, dog. They finna win this series then. Probably.
Without Porzingis, they win a game. Wow.
So hold up, Porzingis done for the series or what?
No, he didn't play today though.
Who played today?
Could have hurt me.
And Luka had 43, 17, and 13. My God.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, I gotta.
Can I make a statement?
Go ahead.
Luka will win the MVP next year.
I wouldn't be shocked. Look, I seen Luka.
Who's a LeBron fan on here? I'm gonna say this.
Dre.
If LeBron does not win this year, he won't win again.
He won't win.
I just want to tell Luka I'm sorry.
Hey, Dre, I'm
You're not the only one.
You're not the only one, though. You're not.
Dre, you're not the only one.
I seen Luka firsthand in Cleveland. The first time I went out there, that's the first game I saw. This man had 28 in the first half.
I will agree. I didn't believe in Luka either. But I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to get killed for it. Do not judge that trade until 5 years down the road. Those picks and trades. The 5 years.
I think it worked out for both of them. Now,
Hey, Huff, I'm sorry, man. I think we can.
But here's the thing. So you're saying you saw it right now. He could be great right now. He gets injured tomorrow, you forget who he was.
That's true. That's true. We got to talk about that.
Here's my other point. Remember this. You know, I'm a numbers guy. Trae Young averaged 29, 9, and almost 5 rebounds, right? If he does that and Cam Reddish becomes an all-star and the Hawks become a perennial top 4 seed in the East, now what you saying?
That's a lot of ifs.
I'm about to say it's a lot of ifs. It's not, you know.
That's what I tell you. If was a fifth.
And the Mavericks is better than the Hawks too. So more vet.
Yeah.
You got Porzingis. You got a proven
Tim Hardaway Jr.
You have a proven, and I won't say necessarily not knocking Pierce as a coach, but you got somebody that's been doing it there for a long time. You got, you know, some kind of built-in stuff that the Hawks are trying to build culture. The culture in Dallas was already kind of set.
I agree. That's true.
Got to talk about my boy Montrez. Hey, bro, no place.
Hold on. As you about to talk about that, Jeff Capel just tweeted out a picture of Luka with him pointing, saying, "Bitch ass white boy that."
Oh, wait a minute. Oh man.
No place in the game for what Trez did, dog. It ain't.
Hey, can I be honest though?
Yep.
I agree. I agree, but hold up, bro. I'm sorry. I was having this with a kid, right? That I train. He's a white kid, and I played against white guys before, and some of them talk. And the only thing what happened was he got caught saying it.
Exactly. We don't know what Luka said.
Because
we don't know what Luka said.
When we on that floor, Huff played basketball. I know we all played before. When you on that floor, it's something liable bad to come out your mouth.
What?
I just think he got caught. I think he got caught at the wrong time saying it. Now, do I agree with what he said? No, but I don't think he meant it, intent. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mean it that, but he was just like, it just came out of his mouth. Because you remember Kobe said, a couple years he called the dude the F word. I'm not gonna say it because I don't
never can say that now. I'm about to say it.
So, and I don't know how many times I might have said it when we were playing. I'm just being honest. But I agree, it's no place in it for that, because if Luka would have said we can have black, but he wouldn't be that stupid because the league is run by us. I mean, let's just be real. It wouldn't even have to be reversed because they would beat his ass. Let's just be honest.
That would have been a fight on the court immediately.
So he would have fought the players on the other team, his players. I mean, everybody would have jumped on him in. So, I agree. Like, he shouldn't have said it, but let's just be real. Stuff come out of our mouth when we play.
We've had this trash talk conversation a bunch of times on this show, and I feel like we grew up during an era where the talk was different, bro. Like,
it was real.
They don't say something about everything, bro. Don't let somebody find out that you got a trigger about something, about a family member or something.
They still doing it at college games right now.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, we went to Grand Canyon when I was at Alcorn State. And they said some stuff. I was like, oh my gosh.
See that.
But Trez gotta chill. Trez gotta relax. Like
he's emotional, bro. He's emotional. Well, I guess Luka showed him though. I like it. That's the best way to shut somebody up. Put 40
the play dude talking. That's it right there.
Drop 40 on him.
The fact that Luka did that on a hurt ankle.
That's the thing too. He's not even healthy.
Without Porzingis.
Ooh.
Hey, man, Pandemic P, man. Where you at, man? You didn't even D up today.
43, 17, and 13.
That's ridiculous, dog.
Don't ever talk crazy.
Without your second best player. That's ridiculous, dog.
Talk crazy to that man. Never again.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Luka is special though. So hey man.
Hey, is that crazy or what Jeff Capel said? I don't know. That's more crazy that he tweeted that out, bro.
Yeah.
Did he said that?
Hey, he put the picture up and said that, man.
Yeah.
Even somebody in the under said, Been drinking today, Coach?
I agree with you. I don't think he should. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's supposed to put that out like that.
We gotta shift gears for a second. We got another illustrious guest about to come on the podcast. But before we let you guys go, I want to give you guys opportunity. Who is our NBA champion this year?
Go ahead, kid.
Look, he want to throw me. Come on,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you get.
Hey, I know y'all move in this circle, dog. This pick might get y'all jammed up, dog. Y'all moving in
It's not even that, man. I'm up in the air, man, with like 2 or 3 teams. That's why it's tough for me.
Just to give me a team, bro.
Damn it, man.
Who comes out the East?
I'm gonna go
Boston. For me,
Boston. Now I say Boston. I like Toronto's making noise. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna tell you what's not. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Miami's gonna beat Milwaukee in the next round.
I can see that. I can see that.
I like Boston.
I got Boston. I
got Boston and Miami in the Eastern Conference Final.
So who's in the West?
Cool. I was a Clippers guy till today.
I ain't a Clippers guy. No, I don't believe the Clippers.
I ain't gonna lie to
a week ago now.
Y'all can't beat Luka without Porzingis? No, sir, bro. No, sir.
I don't. The Lakers are bipolar, man. I don't know what.
I know that's the thing. I want to go Lakers. I don't want to go against LeBron.
I'm gonna say that I got Lakers, Boston, and I got the Boston winning the championship.
Ooh. Come on, Rob. All right.
I'm sorry.
That makes me nervous though, because a lot of times you be right, Rob. That makes me nervous. I'm still gonna say that the Celtics will never matter, free JB, while we talking.
But this, I'm gonna say this before I go, man. This is why I say that. I'm watching them. Now I know they didn't play against a fully healthy Philadelphia team, but those guys look like they're having fun, right? They got a great coach. Like folks can say what they want by him. I think what he's done now is he's got, if you could tell, like Kyrie's like Kemba is a great fit for that team. Hey man, I love Kobe is my favorite player. God rest his soul.
And for the record, I didn't say I have the Lakers. For the record, I'm still gonna stay on the bandwagon. I got the Lakers winning.
I'm looking at Tatum.
Tatum's special.
I believe he could be the next Kobe, bro. I'm sorry. Hey man, he talented.
He's special though.
I like Boston, man. JB playing well.
Boston better get it done this year because somebody got to go next year. I'm just letting y'all know.
That's right. You're right.
It will be great. I will say this. It will close.
No. The dude already gone. We already know who gone. He gone. Right. Gordon Hayward.
He's not gone. He got a player option. You think he gonna?
Oh yeah, he opted in. He opted in. Ain't nobody else paying him that money. He opted in.
They play so much better without him though.
But he can't. He's gonna sign that player option, and nobody's trading for that dude.
Just like Drummond, with the Cavs.
So all right. So let me ask you before I go. Who you got? All right, you got to let. I'm sorry, and I know he's from GA.
JB's the one that's gonna get traded.
Yeah, he got
free JB on the block.
I know exactly where he needs to go.
Atlanta.
Yep.
To the house, yeah. Bring him home.
Cam Reddish and Kevin Huerter and the number 6 pick. Pack your bags. You're on the go.
Yeah. So I got Boston, bro. Like I'm just and I'm saying this though. The bubble is different. Nobody got no home court, man. We just like dogs locked up in a court. We hooping.
This is how you know who want to hoop.
Yeah, I like this. So this is showing me, like, let's be real. If the Lakers, I believe if they were playing with fans, I might pick the Lakers or Clippers, but they not. Right. And I'm at teams that are playing well. That's just me personally. Yeah. So, but I agree with
you. Like I said, the Lakers is bipolar.
Miami gonna beat Milwaukee. I give you that one. You right.
I agree with that too.
But yeah, hey, before we let Kelvin go, I got one question for you, Kelvin.
What's up?
And you keep it real. Did you think Adam Flagler was that good when you came to work our team?
Hey, look now. I knew he could be good in the right scenario, but this, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he was gonna be like this, bro. I didn't think so, but I knew he could play though, especially when y'all played Pebblebrook. Yeah, he did well. I was like, okay, he's showing up against a big time opponent. You know, he has that in him, but Man, shout out to him, dog. Proving them doubters and them haters wrong. You know I'm always about that. Them underdogs for sure.
It takes you one shot. Which more kids who listen, more parents. Like,
but see, that's the issue. Like you said, man, you know, some of these parents, they don't understand, like you said, somebody like yourself is well seasoned and you know what you're talking about at the end of the day. But you know, I know that's your child, but it's your job as a parent to listen to the people that have been through it or know these people, have these relationships, and they're trying to help you out there. They're not saying that your kid can't play. It's just like we talked about earlier. They just might not be a high major prospect. That don't mean they can't play college basketball and get their school paid for. I'm saying at the end of the day. So it's all about that majority of the time.
All about fit.
Yep. All about fit.
Hey, but fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on, man.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro.
Man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Nah, I appreciate you, man.
Post COVID, maybe we'll get a camp season. We'll get to pull up on y'all.
Yeah,
for
man,
sure.
Anytime. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Anytime, dog. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, same here, man. Anytime y'all need us, we here.
No doubt. We're gonna holler.
All right.
All right. Bet.
Kevin McConnell, Rob Allen, dog. You're gonna be hard pressed to find, you know, whatever you think about those guys, you're gonna be hard pressed to find better basketball people.
Man, I go back and I say this. We talk about doing your research with high school coaches, high school programs, college coaches. We've got great trainers in Atlanta.
Excellent.
And they all do different things, and you better find out what do you need your son or daughter to get better at or do, and figure out which one of those you need to send your son, or who's gonna get the most out your son than somebody else. That's what you got to figure out as a parent.
100%. And we keep watching the show, because all the great trainers in Atlanta, I can't say all of them, as we make our rounds, we've had a whole lot of them. Like, we've had Swain on the show. We've had Mark Edwards on the show. We've had Dez on the show. You know what I mean? Rob, Kevin McConnell, like, we've had a lot of great trainers on our podcast. So if you want to get to know these guys and kind of understand what you're dealing with, keep watching. We'll introduce you, but then it's on you after that. After you get the introduction, it's on you to go watch some training sessions. Nick Stapleton, dog, what's going on? Family, are you coming on the show? Like, since episode 1, I've been saying Nick Stapleton. Are you coming on the show? Our next guy is another guy, man. Like meeting this brother, understanding his journey, and where he is today, and what he has going on, and what he's trying to do for the state of Georgia. Had to have him on. Got the homie from Red Line Fitness in Roswell, Abdul Fox. Fox, what's good, homie?
Man, I appreciate that introduction, man. You know, sometimes the New York and the South, we don't get along, but I appreciate that embracing me, man. I'm a Queens kid, you know.
No doubt. Hey, man, New York been coming down here doing, showing love, man. Like I said, Mark Edwards, a New York dude. Omar Cooper, a New Jersey dude.
Right.
Dez, a New York dude. Like, man, we it could be argued that Georgia wouldn't be this new mecca that's been bubbling for grassroots basketball without those contributions from up top. So the fact that we can get along and make it happen, I think, is a beautiful thing. The kids benefit from it.
Facts.
Want to get into some background with you, brother. We got to make an official introduction, man. Like New York dude, Hooper, played Division I basketball, man. Let's get into that, man. Where you played, man. You ran through the A10 a little bit.
I put my stamp on it. But I'm a Queens kid. I grew up on a program called Aim High, which was coached by Kenny Smith's older brother, Vincent Smith. So I grew up under Kenny Anderson. I grew up training with Kenny Smith. But like I told you and your team, I wasn't the talented kid. I was the kid that was a little awkward. Left hand was weak. But I was a student of the game, and I had some great coaches that told me how to improve, and I listened. So eventually, I came up with Adrian Autry, Collie Reeves, Derek Phelps, Rob Phelps. I always eventually met up with them on a collegiate level. So all of a sudden, there was a kid you never heard of, when I got to college, as I constantly improved, I really made a name for myself once I got to college. But before that, I was no one. I wasn't with the kid that everybody wanted on their team.
No doubt. Some of those grind stories from your college career is like some of the best, man. Like I hope, I don't know that my kids are understanding yet what some of the gems that they've been getting as Georgia Man Up has been coming and training with you guys. Some of the gems before training and after training that you've been dropping on some of those guys. I don't know that they are grasping that yet, but with kids, you never know. You never know what they're paying attention to or what they're absorbing versus what they're not sometimes. But let's talk about your journey from becoming, okay, I made the team, I'm here, I'm at Rhode Island, to I need to become a player. I need to become not just as Huff would say, I don't just want to be a piece. I want to be a player.
Right.
Let's talk about that grind.
Well, it's funny. I had my own keys to the gym in college. And if the police or security saw the light on, they was like, oh, man, that's just Fox in there getting extra reps. And I don't think any of the kids understand what that is about. But when I got there, I transferred to Rhode Island, and I wasn't the coach's main recruit. So you hear them kids, the coaches jerking me, the coaches jerking me. The kid in front of me went to Oak Hill Academy. So I should have been starting as a sophomore, but the kid at Oak Hill was getting all the burn. So when you talk about maximizing your minutes, as I tell your kids, my junior year, I was 9th on the team in minutes. I led the team in scoring. I was second team all conference. So you say, hey, man, coach is jerking me. If I get 9 minutes, I'm going to maximize 9 minutes. If I got 18, I was to maximize 18. So at the end of the day, they were scratching their head like, how is this kid averaging 15 points playing only like 17 minutes? But I put the reps in. So when the ball came around, sometimes you tell your player, say, when you get in your game, get warmed up. Now that ball came around, it was going up because I know I put in 500 shots the night before. So therefore, I was able to maximize my time at Rhode Island and was there 3 years, was all conference 2 of the 3 years. But who would have thought?
Hey, man, that's the story right there that every kid should be locked into. Like, I want to be that, because what I think kids don't understand is more often than not, they're going to walk into college in the position that you walked into. Right. There are going to be people ahead of you when you go to college, bro. Like, for the vast majority, the Ant-Mans, those guys of the world, maybe not. But for the 90%, 95% of the kids that go to college, you're not going to be the best player. Some of the things that you every day, like was it, I want to hit on the fact that it wasn't your coaches putting you on that schedule. Like you said, you had a key to the gym. How do you get to the point where coaches trust you so much that the keys are turned over to you to get in the gym anytime that you want to? How do you earn a coach's trust like that?
I think it strives from work ethic. I eventually figured out how I get on the floor in college is I dive for loose balls. I take the charge. I do the extra things. That got me more minutes. Then eventually, I worked on my craft and I got my jump shot. I worked on certain moves. So that added to more time. But I earned the respect by being the first in the drills. It was a 17. If it was a suicide. If it was, conditioning, I was first. That earned me some respect to get me on the floor. And then I just improved on my skill level. I worked on my craft. Where at some point, we got to put this kid in the game. We down 10. He comes in. We go up 5. So I was really making a change on the game just based on the work ethic. And then I applied the skill set and worked on the craft.
No doubt. I love.
Hey, you better pay attention. He said he dove on the floor.
Hey, man, kids they're not doing that nowadays, man. Taking a charge, coach.
Oh my God, cut that baseline off, get that charge.
Big step.
They just giving up the bucket, man. We'll go try to get it on the other end. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Guys ain't doing that no more.
But as a 2 guard, I really also took a pride in playing defense. If I wasn't getting 20 and giving you 25, then I wasn't accomplishing anything. And at that time, Eddie Jones and Aaron McKee was at Temple. You know, there were some tough dudes at GW. UMass was still in the A10. So, you know, I took pride on playing D. You know, some Philly cats out of St. Joe's that was just tough to guard. But, you know, I tried to play both ends. So at some point, the coach was like, listen, I'm going to leave him on the floor for his offense, and I got to leave him on the floor because he played defense. Two-way player.
One of the things I love, too, that you told our kids early was you wasn't the typical New York basketball player. You wasn't the 7-8 dribble combo guy that these kids love to be today, man. How do you dominate a basketball game without that, man? You got to dribble, cross, don't you know?
Man, you know, Vincent Smith, Kenny Smith's older brother, was strictly fundamentals. Everything was off triple threat. If you had to take more than 3 dribbles, it was a turnover. And I don't know how I came up in New York without all the tricks, man. But, you know, I tell people I put the ball in the basket, I run back on defense. That was it. And I ain't got none of that. But I'm going to get you going to look up and have 25, 10, and 5. And you're like, how do you do that? Everything off 1 or 2, 3 dribbles, man.
No doubt. After college, you go and play overseas. But how do you end up in Georgia, man? What brings you to the city?
The journey, you know, basketball took me around the world. The pinnacle of my career was, you know, I was the last cut of the Bulls in '96, the year Michael Foley came back. So my locker was right next to his every day. And I was just a sponge. He was the first in the gym, the last to lead the gym. But, you know, you say everything happens for a reason. I got cut from the Bulls, and I went home, you know, moping and, you know, cursing out the league. But it was the year of the Million Man March. My dad was a big influence in my life, wanted to go to the march. And he was just sitting on the couch. I was like, Dad, I thought you wanted to go to the march. He's like, well, I didn't think he was going to be here. I said, Dad, let's go. My dad died 2 weeks later after we went to the march.
Wow.
Now, how I stayed on the Bulls team, I would have never had that experience. And that was just like to be in that platform, to see a million brothers trying to do the right thing and to be side by side with my dad is priceless. And the NBA could have never given me that. So sometimes I think it happens for a reason. So at that point, I had to make the decision to go overseas because now it's time to take care of the family. And, you know, I'm on my 3rd passport because there's nowhere to stamp. I'm a quiet kid from Queens. I'm on my 3rd passport because there's nowhere to stamp.
That's a bar.
You know, basketball has taught me so much. Hence, you know, full circle, I have Redline. Now I have the opportunity to meet Nervostat and give that back to kids. And how I ended up in Georgia, my partner went to the school of Morehouse School of Medicine. He was a Morehouse alum. And when we first started into business, we started with a company called Orange Theory in Florida, but they wouldn't sell him any licenses. So him knowing Georgia, because he went to college here, he decided to relocate to Georgia. So he gave me an opportunity to be a partner, to be a part of the business, part of the ownership, part of the business. So when he said that, I packed my bags and I came to Georgia. But the last time I was in Georgia, I took a college visit to Georgia Tech. But when they signed Kenny Anderson, it was like, yo, we good. It was kind of weird to come all the way back and be in Georgia.
Full circle.
Yeah, man, that's the journey, man. And I'm blessed to be here. And I heard you talk about other programs. I just want to be a vehicle and have a facility that allows kids to come and go. No hidden agendas. Simply make a kid better and have them go to wherever they want to go. And that's what was given to me as a kid. Benson Smith never asked for a dime. He just wanted me to go to college. And to me, it's my opportunity to give that back.
No doubt. That's huge. Beautiful. I don't know how many people have been in a Redline facility, but it's pretty impressive. Like when you walk in, like it's nice lobby, you got the TVs up, you got everything that a kid could possibly want in there at their disposal to get better. What's your vision for that business? And where do you guys want to take it?
You know what? I may have told you, I've never been involved in an AAU program because I didn't like the way things were being run. This relationship is organic. And
for sure,
the way you've handed your kids to me and Malik, who unfortunately can't be here, to spit knowledge onto them, to sometimes have to get in their ass and just to bring the best out of them, I would love that to grow into something huge because to me it's the right way. It's the right people wanting to do the right things. Now, a different program coming with a different agenda, it's not about the money. It's about building that family atmosphere and giving back to these kids. So I envision the facility just being a vehicle for, kids to come get better, not just through basketball, mentally, speed and agility. I mean, we got a study hall. I mean, we got it all in one spot. As a kid coming up, I couldn't imagine having weights here, a track here, a Vertimax, a Raptor. All I had was a gym.
Facts. It's definitely, like, for me, it's been the coolest thing. I remember my buddy Dave, he going to check out your facility first. He went first. He was like, man, I'm telling you, you come over here, you're gonna like it. Like, you know what I mean? To me, it's been helpful for Georgia Man Up, because especially it was like a godsend for us during COVID, because we're dealing with multiple things, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times we get in the gym and you partner with a trainer. It's all about just, hey, getting shots up, this, that, and the third, working on your vertical, different things like that. But, like, I've seen our kids' fitness level improve, and you had a lot of kids sitting around not doing anything. Those first couple of days, somebody was throwing up every day. Like, it was like an inside joke of, hey, who caught it today? Who got it today? To now, after, being with you guys day in, day out, seeing guys in them same drills, they went from running to the bathroom to holding their shorts, sometimes falling out on the floor, to now guys are starting to stand up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Seeing that progression, that positive influence has been really huge and positive, I think, for the kids within our program.
I think they're starting to understand the work piece that comes with it. Sure. They see the finished product, the Kobe's, LeBron's, but LeBron's one of the main people that works on this game constantly. So I think they're starting to see that piece of it and how it, when applied to when they get on the court, the two and two are in sync. And the more they embrace that conditioning, I think the basketball piece is the level of, I would say, improvement is going to jump just because they understand it.
No doubt. One of the things, and we can't end this show without talking about, to me, one of the bigger pieces too. For kids, most of the kids that are in our program, we have some white kids in our program as well. We are equal opportunity. If you can hoop, you can hoop.
No doubt.
For me, it's so huge for the young black boys on our team to be able to walk in your facility where they've trained with other guys that are black guys that look like them, that are trainers, but to walk into your facility and you be able to say, hey, I'm the owner here. You know what I mean? And be able to drop some gems about understanding life after basketball and what opportunities may be available, and to have them start thinking about business and how to give back to the community. That's another thing that I'm hoping my kids are grasping, because that's a beautiful thing. Is that something that, as we kind of started this, that was in the game plan? I know we said that it kind of came about organically, but, like, what are your thoughts on that? And how do we prepare kids for that?
It's funny, I'm a pretty quiet dude. I think Malika is the one who let it out that I was actually one of the owners. I would have never even said that, but it's funny. I use sports as my analogy. I bring that same work ethic I had to become a Division I athlete. I try to use that in business. I just call it a different arena. So I'm always willing to ask questions. I'm always willing to be the first one to work, last one to work. Those same principles I had in sports, I tried to apply in business. But I think the key that I try to instill in your kids is the ability to network, the ability to look someone in the eye and have a conversation. Because my opportunity came from someone who I knew 3 years, and I had no idea he was an anesthesiologist. I had no idea he had the money he had, but I was respectful. I was talking to the man, and because I travel the world, I feel like I can network with anybody. And I don't know if I think our young generation, we get stuck in one box. Well, I'm from this hood. You got to get out that hood and learn to conversate with different people. I think that's an opportunity in business in itself when you learn that. But willing to ask questions, willing to find a mentorship, willing to be uncomfortable. I don't think these kids want to be uncomfortable yet. I'm willing to be uncomfortable in business.
For sure.
I'm willing to say, hey, I don't know that. Can you teach me that? And I think if we can instill that to them through sports, 10, 20 years later, I'm going to get that phone call from one of your Georgia men kids. Yo, man, you don't realize how much you had an impact on my life. That's the feeling I want. That's the feeling I want. That is priceless. That is priceless.
I am, me and Dave talk about it all the time, man. I want, out of my program, I want wedding invitations. I want, invitations to baby showers. I want to meet the family. I want to come to housewarmings. You know what I'm saying? Of course, graduations. Those are the moments that I feel like we live for. So partnering up with you guys and getting to know you guys has been just like a natural kind of thing, like you said, a real organic thing.
It doesn't happen every day, man. The egos and what you have. I know you have to deal with it. And, to have, we will sometimes in the gym to 10, 11 o'clock at night and ain't nobody saying a word because it's just what has to be done. You don't get too many brothers like that, man. And I tell Malik all the time, man, it's a blessing to grind with Georgia Man Up. It really is.
No doubt. We definitely appreciate it. I hope you guys that are listening, if you follow the Georgia Man Up on Instagram, buddy, or you follow Redline, what's the IG? Is it Redline Athletics, Roswell?
Roswell, yeah, we got a Buford location. So,
they got a Buford location. Hey, man, wherever y'all want to go, man. Let's call those out, man, because you also a business owner in Orange Theory Fitness as well, too, right?
Oh, yeah, what's crazy about Orange Theory, I started from the ground up, so it's a little over 10 years. When I started, there were only 2 in the world. Now there's 1,100. They got one in Dubai, they got one in Costa Rica, they got one all over the United States. So I've been able to watch that kind of grow, but in the beginning, I was just a coach. So when I go back to the story, the work ethic, I started off just as a trainer. Then I became a head trainer. Then I said, you know what? I'm watching this thing develop. I want a bigger piece. Then hence the networking, and I got an opportunity to be an owner. But I started from just as a coach. But I realized the impact I had on people. That was really made me understand that this is a good industry to be in. I didn't really know what it felt like to be a trainer. I've always been the one training. So when I had that person come to me, hey, you really made a difference in my life. I'm off my diabetes medication. My people's cholesterol, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Yeah. So my mind says, how can I put one of these in the hood? We need it the most.
For sure.
Corporate's like, nah, we don't know if they're going to I want it for my people. How can I get one of these in areas that may not financially be able to need it, but we need it the most?
100%.
So
100%. That and Huff, that's why I felt like we had to do this one, man. Like
I roll with you. I'm not always the head coach. Sometimes I can be the assistant.
That's huge, man. So let's shout these out, man. You got Redline Athletics in Roswell, Crossville Road.
Yes, sir. Redline Athletics in Buford, off Buford Highway, not too far from Buford High School. That new big high school they built right down the street.
And then the Orange Theory Fitness.
Orange Theory, I need a helicopter. I got one in Cumming, Georgia, Peachtree City, and Columbus, Georgia. Wow, we all over the place. I need a helicopter to get to some of them sometime, man.
Facts. And it's crazy hearing you on all of those businesses and talk about being a quiet dude. Huff, I lied to you not. When he says my kids walk in there now. 7:15, 7:30. We start working about 7:30. And no lie, if the work isn't done, there are nights that we're there 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock until the work is done.
Yeah.
And takes them through full flexibility, dynamic warm-ups, speed and agility, strength training, conditioning, and basketball stuff, man. That's an incredible
gamut right there.
Yeah,
incredible experience. Like, I think my first day, I walked away so impressed because it was like, oh, we're gonna work on flexibility and we're going to work on. When they went to the basketball court, it was just footwork. I was like, yo, hey, this is the greatest shit ever right here. I was like, wait, we're not doing all of these moves and stuff. We're just working on footwork today. I think the first day I came in, it was shot fakes and sweeps.
And that reverse pivot. Yeah, man. We got to give it back, man. We got to give it back. And people don't realize I learned that reverse pivot from the Bulls. When you came out to that wing, if you didn't reverse pivot, I seen people get cut the second day from text winners saying he can't get his footwork. Get rid of him.
Wow.
Just for footwork, they was cutting people. Second, third day. Kid from Syracuse, Luke Jackson, gone. Kid from Alabama, gone. But they was like, hey, this kid here, he's got his footwork down. He's can reverse pivots. He's square. So that's what kind of kept me along just because I was a student of the game. But I didn't do no reverse pivot in college.
That's crazy.
Tex
No,
Winners,
you don't reverse pivot. Tex Winners is cutting you.
cutting, gone, second day. Because you notice whenever you Kobe do it now. Whenever you come on that wing, everything is reverse pivot. None of them square up. Like 90% of people do. Everything is reverse pivot.
That's tough.
Footwork can get you by when athleticism can't.
Man, that's why when I used to watch, Gary Payton struggle with the triangle, Ron Artest struggle with the triangle, because it wasn't positions, it was here. If you went left, I automatically had to know to go right just based on your movement. And it wasn't set plays. And that's why a lot of people struggled in that offense because they had to think the game. And I used to laugh at them. Oh, he's struggling. He gonna mess it up.
I think, and it's funny you say that because I was just having that conversation with Malik at the gym the other night. And I was like, our kids, and especially the new kids that are in the gym with us, either for the first time or that left and went somewhere else and came back to us. We have a couple of those that are with us right now that left somewhere else and came back to us, are struggling with that part of the game. And I had to explain to them, they're not teaching you plays. They're trying to teach you how to play. And there's such a big difference when there's no set play. It's like, if this guy goes here, then that means I got to do this.
Right.
I need to go screen this way.
Right.
Teach them how to play, not a set play. Oh.
So, hey, man, I got to tell you, hey, Huff, some days it looks great in there. Some days it looks like my boys don't know how to play, like they never touched the basketball.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, and I've seen them get better. Riding in the car on the way home, talking to Dewan, and Dewan was like, I feel like we're doing better. I feel like we're starting to get it and understand the little stuff that they being given, man. It's been a blessing. Coach, what up?
They don't realize it. It's not even been a month, but because we go 4 times a week, we getting the reps.
Right.
We get 2 or 3 months with those reps, man. Your kids ain't gonna be the same. They ain't gonna be the same.
That's facts. That's facts. And having coaches that get in there and lift with them, having coaches that get on the floor, shoot with them, having coaches that run and do burpees with them.
That's it. They don't know how much I wish I could just be there every day and just work out with them, because that's the love I have for it. Putting in the work and the preparation, that was me. I enjoyed 2-3 hours of this, 2 hours of that. So for me, that's like, well, we're gonna work out for 2-3 hours. All right, let's get it. And I want to see that from me. So every once in a while, I try to give him 20-30 minutes to see that the dude really loves the game that much.
For sure.
He loves the feeling of being exhausted. That's what made me good, because I wasn't afraid to put in those hours.
I've definitely seen it, man. I feel like those guys are getting there. It was, to me, one of the best investments I made from my program since we had this program, was making that investment into Redline for the program.
Nice.
Those kids, my guys, my son, I know TJ have trained with a lot of different guys, and we love a lot of the guys that we work with. But as far as making that investment for our team, it's been great. Hey, man, you already got one. Tori says, sold, signed up for the free trial.
Well, and it's funny. We talk about different platforms, and I asked you to come on the podcast because I'm not from Georgia, so I'm not even sure people know that we exist. So I wanted to offer an open house. I know you've got plenty of followers and either bring your team, let us work out your team, or just come see the facility. Because I think I have something to offer Georgia that's unique. Nothing to take away from anyone else that's doing what they're doing. I just think there's a unique piece that if people knew what it was or saw what it was, they'd be like, okay, now I see what Dre is talking about. So that's why I was, asking you to actually get on the podcast to just share and offer an open house.
CB saying, come to Columbus. Hey, man.
Hey, Whitesville Road, man. I'm down here quite often. Quite often.
Hey, CB about that work life too, man. Yeah.
Always in the gym.
Always in the gym. Definitely, man. Let's talk about how they can get in touch, how they can contact you if they want to come to an open house, or if they want to set something up to bring a team in to come and do a workout. Let's talk about how they can contact you and what can they expect setting all that up.
Well, my contact is easy. It's my name, abdulfox@yahoo.com. And if I can leave my phone number here, I ain't hiding from nobody. You can call me. I can leave my phone number. But, I didn't even speak on the Fusionetics piece, which I think, you found pretty fascinating.
For sure.
Just trying to improve the kid's movement. The kid is twisting his ankle and you think his ankles are weak, but his hips aren't firing. Or, shoulders mobility needs to get better. I couldn't assess that just looking at a kid looking at me when I came up. So we have some different things that regardless if you stay with us, I can give you some tangibles that can help your kid or your team be better athletes and just move better. Nothing to do with skill work. Give them move better. That's going to apply to eventually being better athletes. And I think that's a piece that we offer that we didn't even get into, the Fusionetics and how, we try to analyze their movement.
Hey, with that, DeJuan went through Fusionetics, man, and they hand me a report like on the phone. They show we got a full printout report, and it comes to your phone, and it shows you like breakdown body part by body part. Okay, this is how the kid moving. This is what's going on. You should have seen our kids comparing. Oh man, look, DeJuan was so proud. I got all green. We right. We get it. We get right. Versus some of those other guys, like it was like a competition thing for them. Like they really got into that piece of it.
Yeah.
I'm putting you some of your information, guys. Watch the ticker. I'm gonna drop some information in here on you guys, where you can contact Coach Fox.
I saw the guy had a Kennesaw State shirt on. That was my old coach, Al Skinner.
Uh-oh.
Al Skinner coached you in Rhode Island?
Yeah,
no way.
Yes.
Hey, man, hey, Coach Skinner came down here and did us dirty, Fox.
Yeah, I know.
He was ready to go into retirement.
Yeah.
He was riding off into the sunset, dog. I get it,
man.
I get it. He did work though. Earlier,
he had
early in his career.
in BC, and it's unheard of back then. Minority coaches, having a platform. But he did his thing in the A-10 with John Chaney was there. Calipari was at UMass. GW had Mike Jarvis. So he got Coach of the Year when there was some great coaches in that conference.
I mean, he did a great job at Boston College too.
Yeah. He made a mistake and took that St. John's visit, and they gave him the snip.
Yeah.
Hey man, you really want me to put your phone number in here, Fox? They
I
can
ain't
call
hiding
you,
from nobody, man. 813-417-2102, man. I ain't hiding from nobody.
I'm putting it all in here, man.
Yes, sir.
We got the Twitter. This is the Twitter and the phone number. You guys are on IG, pretty easy to find as well at Redline Fitness in Roswell. That's the Twitter handle and the phone number.
My IG is easy too, AFox2525. I don't know if you want to add that.
You said it's AFox?
AFox2525.
Got it. We'll add it in here.
You the best, man.
Yeah.
So, Big Huff, where you from, man? I hate to change the tables, man, but I don't know much about you.
Hey, I'm Atlanta born and bred now.
Okay.
Morehouse grad, man.
Oh man.
Had the pleasure of coaching some really good dudes at St. Francis, and then went to college and came back after coaching at Georgia Southern and Alcorn State. And
Yeah.
then came to the Loof, and now I'm at Holy Innocents.
Okay, man. That's what's up.
Coach is one of the what we call the high school coaches.
There you go.
Coach got that high major label, dog. You know.
Man, well, let me know, man. Let me get out. We'd love to see your kids participate, man.
No doubt. I'm over here trying to Coach Lewis, who said he's already signed up. That's one of my assistants. So don't worry.
Got to pull up.
Yes, sir.
Pull up. Hey, Huff, man, guys, my guys love when coaches come to the gym. Locke came and pulled up.
I know the one day you told me to come, I was working, so I gotta come through now.
Yeah, man, pull up on us, bro. Hey, Tori, you should pull up one of the same times when we there. Tori, what you doing, man? 7:30, bro.
Tori already got his time locked in.
Tori got his time locked in 10 a.m. Thursday. Tori went to the site with it had signed up. He made it official. Hey, Tori, you're gonna love it, man. You in that same mindset that Fox and Malik are on 100%. Tori, a HBCU guy, man, like really showing love. So yeah, man. Hey, come holler at us at 7:30, Tori. Tuesday night, 7:30. Pull up on us, man. If 7:30 works better, man, pull up on us, bro. Come speak to the kids, man. My kids will love it too.
Facts.
But great facility. We had to run the intro, had to introduce Georgia to Fox. That way, when Fox blow up, dominating Georgia, man, everybody can say they heard it first, man. I remember back when we was down when he was back on Love of the Game. That's what we talking about, man. So,
hey, when he become that headline sponsor of the Big South, y'all don't say nothing now.
Yes, sir. Hey, before, Huff, hold on, slow down now. I'm in line. I got Lemon Street.
You already got Lemon Street. Hold on.
But no, it's definitely some stuff, man. And Fox immediately jumped in when I started saying, hey, man, it's an event. Come check it out. Get a lay of the land. Fox was immediately coming in the gym at AAU events. He was actually there, Huff, when you and I announced the Who Wants to Smoke event. Okay. Fox was actually there.
Okay.
So we was in. Look, they got our parents chiming in. So, yeah, Fox was in the gym that day, man. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to welcome you, Fox, to the city. Huff said earlier on their show, one of the things that makes Georgia special is Georgia has some of the best trainers at the grassroots level in the game. So you're gonna be a welcome addition to that family, and like Kelvin and Rob was saying, man, it's enough to go around for everybody, man, and don't, not about the beef or anything like that. It's about helping kids and making sure.
But here's the thing, it just goes back to what I said too, Dre. Everybody provides something different. I'm hearing stuff that he's talking about that ain't being provided.
That's right. That's facts. But that's what make Georgia great. You know what I mean? You go to Bo Bell, you're gonna get great footwork. You go to Mark, you're gonna get great basketball explosion, great vertimass work. You go to Rob, he got no ball handling. You go to Kelvin, you getting shooting. You walk in Fox joint, they got a full-blown whole facility, dog, that, you know what I mean? And you're going to get some great tutelage along the way with Malik Hightower, another trainer at the facility, play high-level basketball, high-level guy, McDonald's All-American. So,
and what I enjoy about Malik that is hard to find and is the passion and the willingness to share the passion. And I don't want to say it's aggressive. It's just the passion the man has for the game, and he wants to instill that in your kids. 100%. And, me being the quiet kid, I enjoy having them because if they don't act right, Malik, bring it. And that's what's supposed to be done. And I can respect that, and I want to embrace that. So it's been a blessing having them come aboard. But man, it's a great combination.
He's brought a certain level of accountability to our kids that was absolutely necessary. And
yes.
They're starting to try to learn how to hold each other accountable. And it doesn't always come out in the right way. We saw that last week on Friday. It doesn't always come out in the right way. But the fact that they're trying to do it,
yes, sir,
and they're trying to figure out, it's going to take us a huge step forward. Because they're speaking out now, because Malik has been holding them accountable, right? As a team, like, oh no, one person, oh, you didn't run hard, everybody got to run, right? So now they're starting to hold each other accountable. And to me, the best teams are run by the players, but the players have to be able to step up and hold each other accountable. Our boys are learning that. So we're grateful for that.
True.
Hey man, that's our show for the night, man. We gave y'all 220, man, on the dial, 2 hours 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Back to our throwback days. No shortcuts, no short podcast today, man. Great information. Fox, it was an honor and a privilege, man, to introduce you to our basketball family in Georgia, man. I think it's
and I thoroughly appreciate that from someone who's not from Georgia, and to embrace a brotherhood that I've been missing, and I'm just thankful, man. truly am thankful. And I got to make sure, Huff, you meet my man, Dr. Haynes, who's a Morehouse alum.
Definitely got to do that.
And he a frat boy. I'll make sure you get in contact with him.
Will do.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. We're going to eat. That's Redline Fitness, man. Make sure y'all stop through Redline Fitness in Roswell off of Crossville Road, man. Make sure y'all hit them up. Look for them online. Make a phone call. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. Make sure they show you love. Get come in, open house. Get a chance to train yourself. Bring your team. Do whatever, man. Just come and check them out. Give it a shot. See how it looks for your kids, man. So he knows about the anatomy of the body. Great, 100%. He does. He does. But that's our show for the night, man. Y'all be peace. Everybody be
appreciate you, Drake.
Go check out Redline and holler at us, man. That's our show. It's the love of the game. We out.